Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the DSL Welding Services V8 Supercars. My name's Connor Pixie Nixon, and right next to me is old Steve. How are you, Steve?
You said old.
Mate, I can call you old.
Old, yeah. And thanks to our round sponsor, Dragon RC. How's that? Cop it off.
Oh, mate, right on top. And we're in qualifying. Thanks to Racecraft Simulations, we got an awesome qualifying round. And there's our first car on stream for tonight. Daniel Clutterbuck, my favourite last name. I've been talking about that for weeks on end. And how do you think this qualifying is going to go, Steve?
Oh, mate, it's gonna be interesting. Tight track. Not a lot of clean spots for passing. Easy to get off. Easy to slide off. Slippery. It's going to be tough, especially for the top 10 guys.
Yeah, 100%. It's the top 10 shootout is probably the most crucial thing. The boys have been talking about the top 10 shootout for weeks on end, and they say it's one of the most nervous things you can ever do because your anxiety just goes through the roof. But being around here, you can't make a mistake at all, or you're out in the dirt and your lap's not counted, and that will be it. So it's going to be interesting with the qualifying just now, and see what happens in the top 10 shootout.
Takes it next level, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. It really does. We're going to Bathurst next week. This is our second and last round of the season, which is super exciting.
The ultimate round.
Yeah, the ultimate round. It's exciting to go to Bathurst next week, but we've got to get Winton out of the way. And our first guys that are on the leaderboard and quite up there in the leaderboard, Michael... Hang on. No, that's practice. Okay, so Jamie Dyke in P1.
Yep.
For our Super 1s. Zach Mack in P2. David Coleman in P3. So good on Zach for being in P2. Well done to David Coleman. And your typical Jamie Dyke in P1. Chris Miller in P1. That's awesome in Super 2. He's been... Even my teammate went, hang on, is Chris in Super 1? And I went, no, he's in Super 2. And he went, wow, he's got some pace. And he definitely does.
And look at my teammate in P3. Sorry, not to miss the break, but Brad Wall again in P3 in the Super 2s. He's really lifting up his game, isn't he?
Oh, massively. I was in a lobby with him the other day, Steve, and mate, the pace he has is unreal. There was points where I almost pooed myself a little bit because he's just got some great pace, and it makes me feel slow now. So David Blake in P2, then Brad Wall, your teammate, in P3.
Yeah, it's getting interesting, isn't it? It's getting down the pointy end of the year. I'm in penultimate round. Once the points, we had a big point jump in the pros last week with Corey not being around, and it looks like Corey's not here in the server at the moment either. So this just opens it up again. So this round is just as important as last round was, and it's going to come down to the last race. It's going to come down to Bathurst. Tonight's going to, switch the top 5. We've still got a few switches they could do, and mate, it's going to be interesting. Bathurst is going to be, Bathurst is always an event no matter what, but to have it at the last race of the season and have so many points up for grabs and so many people so close, it's going to be a spectacle.
Well, talking about points and where everyone's placed, so right now in P1 is Matty Stewart, car number 4 in the MX Wraps 19 entry. So he's sitting in P1 for the championship. Michael Whiting P2, currently not here. He is in doing Scops right now. David Coleman's in P3, which right now he's sitting in P3 as well. Craig Schultz in P5, Corey McFarlane in P5, Braden Sagassa in P6, Jamie Dyke in P7. So Dyke's quite far back. It's about 200 points difference, almost 300. So Jamie Dyke is probably not in it, and Braden Sagassa. So basically from P6 back, there's little battles though. So Matthew Schultz and Sam Noble, they're in a good little battle. Zach Mack, those three are in a really good battle. So, but there's good little battles out there, and you go
There
down.
is. And have you had a look at the amateurs? Because it's
Yes.
just as tight.
And mate,
Just
we'll go to the end.
And before we get on there, I was going to speak to Chris Miller about joining the SRW team, and I had to go away for work this week, and I didn't have a chance to speak to him. And I've just had a hand-in-face moment. He signed for a new team.
Oh no, who is it?
Yep, he signed in for a new team. It's Quantum Pecky's Performance Racing. So
Wow.
I'm hoping it's just the team he's made up. We'll find out a bit more later. But if that's the case, I'm having a double hand-in-face moment, not just a single hand-in-face moment.
Mate, I was almost
going
going to
tell
go.
you, I was going to call him during the week.
Yep. Well, mate, they get picked up pretty quickly. For example, Sam Miller, oh, I can't even say his name, and he's a mate, Muir, and he's just signed with 1-9. So I mean, like, if you don't pick them up, they're just gone. And mate, there's some tough competition out there, that's for sure.
Yeah, it is. But you know what? All good as long as he's happy and he's racing and he's out there. I'm quite happy with it. At the end of the day, I look at all these boys as my SRW boys. So you know, and I always wish them good luck, no matter where they're racing. Not even in our league, in other leagues as well. So it's all good. I don't really mind either way. As long as they're happy, I'm happy. The old saying goes.
Yep. Yeah, that's definitely right. And we might as well get on with our Super 2 standings for the championship, ladies and gentlemen. So, P1 is Dylan Thomas in the fishy car, the 818 livery out there. He's on 848 points. Chris Miller, 771 points in P2. Brad Wall in P3 on 758 points. So, from Chris Miller and Brad Wall are probably 20 points from apart. You can almost say less than that, but mate, it's heating up massively, and look out, it's getting good.
It's good, isn't it? Just like we scripted it, basically, mate.
It is almost.
It is. And who do you think after like about 8 or 9 rounds, it's amazing how you still get guys with like 20, 30 points apart, and like really close, and it's still anyone's game sort of thing. Even though there's like 8 rounds, it's like some of these guys are so consistent, it's crazy.
And definitely, and then we might as well talk about our teams championship. That's really heating up. So in P1 for our teams championship, Matt Stewart and Braden Sagats are in the 1-9 entry. They're currently sitting P1 with 570 points between the two. In P2 in the teams championship, Fishy Motorsport number 1, they're on 540 points, and that is Jamie Dye and David Coleman. So if they get a really good result tonight, they could jump the boys in P1. Nice. Simon Mazzero and Craig Schultz in the 9.5 Sim Sports 3, 520 points in P3. So there's only 20 points difference between the Fishies and the 9.5, and there's about 30 points between Fishy and 1-9.
Wow. So how's the amateur standing? Because this is the bit I'm waiting to hear.
So we've already called out our amateur standing.
No,
so,
for the teams.
No, they're all into one. That's how it's.
You put them all in one. All right, cool.
Yeah.
That's all right. I'll forgive Brad that, because we would have been sitting up there. One thing I did forget, but Mr. Schultz has reminded me. So part of Brad's improvement in the last few weeks is that Brad's got a very well-known spotter in the back there. No, it's not Dickie Johnson or anyone like that.
Yeah.
It's Daniel Schultz. Daniel Schultz has joined Team SRW, so our round sponsor Dragon RC has joined our team, and he's been giving Brad a few tips and spotting him on the racing, and also during our practice sessions and things like that. So we've sort of buckled down the next level with Team SRW, starting to actually practice, which doesn't fathom in my brain what practice is, that's for sure.
Mate, you might be fighting with Fishies in 1-9 next season.
Only if they jump out of the bucket.
Well, we talk about 1-9 and 9-5 and Fishy, but those are our top teams right now for consistency, points, and teams championships. They're all up there. I can't see when none of them have went wrong. You know, David Coleman, for instance, he's been super fast recently. We're talking about, you know, where they all sit, but David Coleman, he's probably made the biggest improvements through the whole season. You hear Jamie Dyke, you hear Matt Stewart come in, you hear all of them come in, and they go, wow, David Coleman's really stepped up another level, and it's great to see. Who else is a great improvement? Brad Wall, your teammate. We've already talked about him. Ty Delaney, he's made a huge improvement. He's, you know,
he's just year in, year out. He was, unfortunately, he was around my level, which is a sad level to be. But better. He was still better than me. A lot more consistent last season. But he has now stepped up the next level again, and I've noticed him fighting with positions. And I mean, he was unlucky not to get a podium last week.
I mean, yeah, I was about to mention that. He got a P2 in the GT3 AM, so well done to Ty Delaney. And, mate, I've never heard a team so happy about someone getting a result before. We had David Kirby in the chat going, Ty's first, like, podium, and Dylan Thomas was in the chat. Like, all the fishies were in the YouTube chat. We had Michael Whiting that got a podium that night, and Adam Simpson. And Blake Delaney was at a conference for their sponsorship, and he jumped in the chat with Ty Delaney, and we had an interview with both of them. Blake Delaney did all the shout-outs and, you know, all the stuff, but Ty Delaney's such, you know, a little kid that's, you know, racing, and he's absolutely smashing it out of the park, and it's great to see.
Well, you know what, in years to come, we'll turn around and say, yeah, that young lad started his journey in SRW. I mean, we had the name escapes me, young fella, Kiwi boy racing with us in the Porsche a few years back, and he raced in the shootout 86s at Bathurst a few weekends ago when we had Bathurst. So I'm sure someone on YouTube will remind me the young fella's name, but it escapes me. Maybe this will happen with Ty as well. I know that I think he's doing go-karting as well, so he's not just limiting himself to the sim world but also in the real world, so good luck to him, you know. Maybe one day SRW could be one of his major sponsors. Who knows, depending where we go in the next few years, eh?
Yeah, definitely. It's great to see little Ty Delaney just being so successful at this little age, you know. Like, we're talking 13, Steve. I mean, he's only 5 years off me, and I'm not gonna guess your age, Steve, because I feel like I'd get my head smashed to a wall. So you can say your name, you know, your age if you want to, but you know, it's crazy to see.
I'm an old fart, mate. We won't have to go in there and make this film be worse than I already am.
So
Zach Mack. So the top Zach Mack has just smashed out a 1:19.54, and then Jamie just came straight back at him with a 1:19.48. So there's not much in it at all. Chris Miller is sitting third fastest in open qualifying at the moment, but we're down to the last 8 minutes. This is where some of the big boys are going to come out and start putting them out. You've got a few sitting in pits at the moment.
yeah, well, third overall for Chris Miller. That's absolutely an amazing, amazing achievement. Obviously, being in Super 2 right now, I'm used to seeing that livery with Chris Miller's number on the side of it. Obviously, we're talking about.
It looks good. It looks different, doesn't it?
It definitely does.
Someone's put on here Team Miller with a couple of hands in the air, so that's all good. Vlasbom not showing on the leaderboard. I think we've fixed all that, so that's all cool. Come on, people out there in YouTube land, let us know what you want to know, who you want to watch, who you want to watch, and who you want to talk to. Facebook stream is up and running as well, so don't forget to like and subscribe and support our fledgling SRW TV, and put your names down for the race car craft rig and seat. You know, we're talking $1,800 worth of superior product that you could sit down and enjoy when you perhaps win the Commerce in 6-hour enduro at Bathurst. So, it'd be a good combination to have the whole new kit all in one go.
Mate.
You never know.
How good would it be? Well, mate,
Cool,
I'm looking forward to that event because I am racing on Saturday, so I'll be in the sport category. So you'll eventually actually see me race, Steve.
There
in
you
the league.
go. Thank you for running that past me because I thought I was going to be doing comms with you on Saturday, but we'll find an alternate to help me out during your race. And Rattler 410, new livery, Chris has just signed with Pecky's Performance Racing. Well, there you go. Pecky's and Dyno. It must be, I'm assuming, a tuning mob for race cars or turbos or something like that. But good luck to him, and I hope he does really well. I mean, I know he will do it really well. It's a good signing for you guys. Who else we got to thank, mate? Before we get stuck into this sort of stuff, and there's 6 minutes left, we're gonna thank. You know when you get this voice in your ear and you think to yourself, "Am I going nuts, or is there just something going on in the back there?" We have that every Sunday night, and there's Nathan Shivy Howard in the back of the room, slowly picking at my front lobe, always saying, "Don't forget me." But we've got to remember our Warren and Brown tools, fast track experience, Toyo Seal, Melville Equipment, RC Dragon RC for supporting us for a round sponsor, and obviously our naming rights sponsor that looks after us every week, every year, on every track, on every series, and DSL Welding. So we're quite fortunate to have a really good team behind us as well in the background with Nathan, and we've got a noob in the background as well. Rob's in the background as well. So at some point we might drop him in here and just get him to say hello. I think his handle is Saintly Lord, if I'm correct. Sainted Lord, that's right, Sainted Lord. And he has been doing some broadcasting with Global in the Indy Series, and as of this weekend, the Global Indy Series is actually going to be moving across to SRW on a Monday night after NASCAR Trucks. So Peter Baxter is the organiser for that event for Global, and he's coming across to admin and race. And I'm looking forward to some IndyCar action straight after NASCAR Trucks. So it's going to be a bit of a double header for the podcast team.
I was going to say, Peter Baxter is such a great guy, and it's going to be exciting to see him come over and do stuff, great things with us with the IndyCars. Pete knows so much about the IndyCars. I've sat there for hours talking about IndyCars, and for all the ladies and gentlemen, sign up on Monday nights, and mate, it's going to be some great fun.
Yeah, Monday, is that what it is?
Yeah, Monday. Oh, mate.
Danny Dyke has just smashed out a 1:19.33. How's that? And Chris has just gone a little bit faster again. Second place is Zach Mack with a 1:21.79. Chris Miller, our amateur, sitting in third outright, which is pretty spectacular. And he's still, about 3 100s, 6 100s, 7 100s faster than Dave Coleman. And Hayden Norris has just popped into the pits. So it's still looking pretty good. We're still waiting for Bruce to get his tyres up to temp. He's only sitting at 1:19.99 at the moment. Here we go. Just as I said it, a 1:19.58. So that is pretty cool. 30, 33, 54, 58, 74, 81. How close can it be?
Mate, I don't think you could be any closer, even if you wanted to, mate. But the one thing I noticed, right, we see all these guys coming around, Steve, right? You got to think, right, what is going through their head? Like, let's go and get a good lap time. But is it like, okay, we get a lap time, what do we do with that information, Obviously, Chris Miller, right, Super 2 driver, and now he's setting in, and he's just went faster again to P2. He's P2, right? That's great and everything, but he's in Super 2. What does the drivers think around him? Like, do we just barge past him? Do we do something about it? Or does Chris Miller have the pace to stick with him? you know?
Well, it's. I think he's definitely got the pace. Looking at this, right, 1 lap pace, he's definitely there. But you're talking about racing against these guys of strategies and everything like that. He'd need a pretty good spotter at the moment, and I think the race experience is what's going to hinder him in the end. But if I hear you say like one more time, I'm going to penalise you $1 for everyone you say, because dude,
Yeah, I know.
I'm really going wow.
Mate, it's just in my blood apparently. But yeah, I think he's I had a little bit of oversteer there, but yeah, I think Chris has definitely got the mate.
I'll pick you up. It's all right.
Yeah, I know. Good on you.
It looks like Bruce has had a bit of an off as well, but he's still sitting in 4th place. The boys are all coming up. It's less than a minute left, so whoever's on track right now is going to be setting their final laps. Can see Scholzy's out there with 3 greens. Who else is on a big lap coming through for us now, so we can just follow him home? It looks like Zach's in the pit still, so he's probably missed any more opportunities to come out. Coleman's out on track. Hayden Norris and Noble are in the pits, so they've probably missed on their last bits as well. We're pretty much getting close to it. Clutterbuck is snuck into... Oh, he's right on the cusp of 10th, which is looking really, really close. Matty Stewart is out of the 10th.
I was going to say,
Craig Stewart. Harry Dodds is snuck in, which is good. Clutterbuck is in the pits, so the only other one that really can make it is Blake. Matty Stewart's has gone to 9th. Scholes in 8th.
I don't think, I think it's over. Let's see if...
It is over. Is there anyone left on track that we need to be looking at?
I think Craig Schultz is just coming across the line. He's not going to get it.
He's made it as well. Top 10. He's made it as well.
Wow. I thought Matty Stewart was out of that for a second. My own teammate.
Wow, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Numbers have disappeared on me, but I'm assuming that the last one is... Oh, what's going on here? Sorry, but my timing chart has just gone off its head.
So I think
so
Craig
it looks like our top 10 is going to be staying as is. Just let it finalise itself. And Clutterbuck has missed out. Matty Stewart has made it into the 10. Here we go. Yeah, Clutterbuck has just missed it.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Harry Dodds has come in at 10th. So, do you want to go through the top 10s, mate, and tell us who's going to be the next nervous ones?
I'll tell you what, if you were anyone right now, Jamie Dykes could probably got the biggest grin on his face. P1, we've seen him up there the whole season and the last season and season before that. So P1, Jamie Dyke, Chris Mellor, what a shock to the system. Super 2, it's like the Brock Feeney in P2 right now. Zach McDonald in P3, Bruce Tannock in P4, he's done well. David Coleman in P5, so that's a good points for Jamie Dyke and Dave Coleman for the points in the top 5. Hayden Norris in P6, Sam Noble in P7, Matthew Scholes in P8, Matty Stewart in... Is that P9? Yep. And Craig Schultz in P10. So Craig is coming out of the pits now, and we'll have a chat to him after his lap. But I reckon he'd be the most anxious right now because he's the first one out.
No. Chris Miller will be popping himself, man. He's got his second lap on track, and he's going to be sweating bullets as we speak. Yeah. Don't forget to get your V8 experience booked and get yourself a Fast Track experience with a 10% discount with use our code SRW-GO and get mum, dad, or whoever, brother, sister, a run at a V8 supercar.
And here we go, Craig Schultz out on the track now. But you got to think, because you're 10th, everyone's watching you. Everyone is watching you right now. The stream, everyone in pits, the pressure's on. Like, everyone's watching you, and I feel bad for every guy that's still in the top 10 because you just know the pressure's on.
I'll
So
give you a
let's.
hot tip. I bet you everyone's watching him.
So Craig Schultz is just coming out. So this is where he can warm up his tyres, get a bit of temperature in the car. So he's just cruising around, nothing too major.
Yeah, I still haven't got the concept of how to get the right heat into my car and my tyres.
Oh, you'll feel it.
These guys do really well. They you know, you watch them get on track, and the start of the race, they're so much faster than all of us amateurs straight off the bat, and they get the tyres up to temp real quick.
Yeah, definitely. You feel it in the car. You know, so you just get a bit more grip there, bit more grip there. Then you're like, yep, that's it. But here we go. Craig Schultz is definitely not a slow driver out there. He's one of our pro drivers. Knows what he's doing. Does scops as well. With his other teammates as well. So let's see how it goes here. So he's going to come around the last corner. He's going to set a lap at Winton for a DSL Welding Services Supercars.
In our racecraft top 10 shootout.
So down to the first corner, really smash the gears. Down to third gear, use the first curb, use the second one. He's going to run out wide now on the power. As much power as you can put down as possible. Down to second gear. Oh, he's ran really wide there. He's going to use all the curb on the outside. Well done. He's done really well there. Use all the exit, bit of a slide as well. We saw these cars are very gripped up with their setups. Hugged the apex. He's done really well there. Went out wide, got as much pace through the corner, smashed the curb. Down to the gears.
It's a tricky one, this one.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Oh, he smashed the curb. He's sideways around the hairpin.
Well, he's done well. He's gone a little bit. No, you thought he was going to go too wide then, but he's done really well. He's holding this one in, and he's going to slowly let it drift out and put the foot down. No sideways. It was pretty good traction out of that corner.
We've seen that Oran Park. These cars are definitely gripped up from the 9.5 setups. So it looks like he's went for a bit of a loose setup this time around. So he's going to come around for his lap for the second last corner. Done well. Hit the apex now on the outside. Last corner, and he comes across the line at about 5 seconds.
Beautiful.
Craig Schultz coming across the line. See what time he does. First time, what has he done? A 120. He's done?
120.04. Nice.
Craig Schultz, mate, what do you think of the lap and what do you think of the track?
Don't mind the track. That lap was pretty scrappy though.
Yeah, mate, we saw you go all sideways and get a bit loose. How much do you reckon was under the table, pace-wise?
I reckon I lost at least a quarter of a second. At least, but yeah.
Fire's not warm enough, mate, or?
Just pushing too hard, I guess.
No, it's all good, mate. Well, you're still in the top 10. There's still plenty of opportunities to have a good race. So we'll let you go. Get ready, and we'll see you out on track. Good luck tonight.
All right, thanks, guys.
Well, here comes Matty Stewart across the line in the 1.9 entry. See what kind of laps he puts down. He gets pressured under the top 10 shootout, but he said he's getting better at it. And it looks like it because he made no mistake in that first little chicane there. Down to the third corner now. He's done well there. Down to the fourth. Hit the apex. He's done well. Ran wide.
Ooh,
not a lot of oversteer. Had a little bit of a wiggle out of the corner. He's done alright. Does he go as wide as Schultz? No, he doesn't.
No.
A bit more narrow. Down to second gear. He's very smooth, old Stewart.
Yeah, he's done really well there, mate. He's done really well. He's got that apex really tight as well. Craig was really wide across that apex before.
A lot of steering
this apex
as well.
really tight. He's really going sharp here.
It's a very narrow, very pointy setup. See if he gets the power down.
Done really well.
Yeah, it looks
He's got
very
himself
clean.
The 2 purples, so he was a bit loose in the first sector, but the second 2 sectors he's come back. This is a bit of a tricky one. It's like a double right-hander. You got to try to drive it as close as possible to as one.
Yeah, he's going to come across the line.
That's nice and clean.
That's very well. Matty Stewart across the line. Let's see what he does. A 19.8. So he's beaten it by 2
straight
10s.
To the top. Straight to the top. Well done.
Matt
Hey,
Stewart,
Mr. Stewart, how are you doing?
Good, mate. How are you?
Good, buddy. I haven't heard those dulcet tones of yours for a long time. It's been at least 12 months. How'd that feel?
Yeah, no, I was pretty happy with that lap actually. I think I did a better time than my qualifying, so yeah.
Did very well there, mate. 2:10's quicker than Craig Schultz. That must mean something, mate.
Yeah, like I mean, not one of my favourite tracks, but yeah, I seem to be going alright, so I'm happy with that. Yeah, we're good.
Yeah, definitely, man. We were talking about Winton's not your favourite. We know Phil Bond and Sandown, you do very well. So good luck tonight, mate, and see what happens.
Yeah, cheers, boys.
Thanks,
good luck,
mate.
buddy.
Cheers. Bye.
Matty Scholes is on track now, so he's coming up to the start line, and I'll let you do your magic, buddy.
Yeah, another Matt and P8. So let's see what he does. He hits the curbs very nicely. The car's bouncing actually quite hard. Suspension's quite stiff there compared to the other two. You definitely notice the setups in the inboard. You think, oh, do they run a bit more camber? Do they run stiffer suspension? Oh, he's done well. So it's better than Matty Stewart.
Yep.
Ran out wide, used as much track as possible. That actually looks better than Stewart and Craig's through there. So let's see what he does down here.
He's hugged that right early.
Oh, he's green sector, so it's not Matty Stewart's sector.
Yeah. Matty was a bit wider coming into that sector, and this was a bit tighter as well. That's nice and tight, just like Matty's.
Yeah, this
Looking
is the
good.
other Matt.
This looks good. This looks good. This back section.
Yeah, let's see if he can get another purple. But I tell you what, because it's a purple and a green, it can't be that bad. So he's going to come around to the last bit of the section. I reckon he's on for either P1 or P2. He's ran super wide. Is there an off track?
No time.
Nah.
No time. He's going off track. He's not going to be happy. He's not going to be happy at all.
Oh, that was a really good lap time from Matty there. Unfortunate.
He was getting on there. 19.87.
Mate, so unfortunate. You just lost in the end, mate. That was actually a really good lap.
Yeah, butchered that last quarter. So.
Mate, if I'm not wrong, I think I saw it as an unofficial 8.7, and at the moment Matty Stewart is on an 8.8, so I think you would have had top spot. Don't quote me on this, but that's what it looked like.
Yeah, it felt pretty good right up until I realised I wasn't there. All good. That happens.
That's all right, mate. Well, good luck to you tonight. Plan is to stay clean and go hard.
Yeah, 100%.
All right, mate. Good luck, mate, and I hope everything goes out for you.
Thanks, boys.
So our next driver is Sam Noble on track. He's another 9.5 entry. So another one to the board as we normally know him. So come across the line now to start his lap.
Here we go.
Sam Noble, a very fierce competitor. He's done very well over the past. Oh, smashed the curb in the first one. Second one, he bounces off it. Does he go right to the gutter? Yes, indeed he does. He didn't do a Braden Sagasser off it, so he's done well. Does he hit the apex? No, but he stayed off it, but it was very nice. A little bit of oversteer. It looks like the 9.5 setups are very loose tonight. Look at that! Sideways. Does he hit the apex? Yes, he does. He keeps it pretty tight. Or does he hit this curb? Yes, smashes it. Engine note very low compared to most of them, so the gear ratio might be a little bit different here. Cars just look so gripped up. And the little hairpin, he's going to hug it really tight. The steering wheel's right down to the bottom, down to the little straight here. Nice and hard on the brakes. Oh, smashes the curb on the outside.
Yeah. I wonder if it cost him there.
Green sectors as well. It's no purples, but it's going to be a decent time if he gets it across the line.
Yeah, we know that it doesn't have to be all purples. We've seen Michael Whiting do it without all purples.
Indeed, so he's going to come across the line, and what does he do, ladies and gentlemen? He has done a 120, so very similar to Craig Schultz. 5 thousandths off Craig Schultz there. Sam Noble, mate, not far off your teammate at all.
Yeah, I think Craig did a big trip at the same time. I got too much two-wheel time there in the last few corners, but it's always good fun doing these. So as long as you don't crash, it's good fun.
Mate, you were hanging 10 across all the curbs. It looked amazing for the stream, but I'm sure you're a bit gutted about that. What's your plan of attack going into this race, mate?
I tried to attack the top 10 because passing's pretty hard here, so figured I might as well just go for it, but didn't work out. But anyway, see how many cars we can pass.
You're sitting in a good spot, mate. So it's a good start for the race, and anything can happen in a race this length. Good luck, mate, and hope to see you performing and passing tonight.
Sweet. Talk soon.
Hayden Norris on his lap now, so down in the first corner, smashes the first curb, hits the second one, bit of a bounce on exit, sliding on the exit.
Yeah, you can see the steering wheel just trying to grab it. Again, his rear end must be really hard.
Oh, he's went off the track. Not going to count.
That's done. He maybe not enough heat in the tyres, but it looked like the rear end was sliding all over the place on him.
So we'll bring him in for a bit of a chat because I think that lap is out the window, unfortunately for Hayden Norris. Yeah, now a bit of drifting. Awesome little bit of drifting from Norris there. Mate, unfortunate. You've just went off the track and it won't count, but how was the nerves up, mate?
Oh, a little bit, mate, but yeah, I balked that big time, and yeah, shit happens, man.
It looked like you were fighting the rear end from the get-go right on that lap. Was it just too hard on the suspension, maybe?
Yeah, I reckon it was, mate, for sure. But you know, it is what it is. It's actually bits of a set. I've only done 2 laps with it, so not really used to it. But you know,
gave it a crack, eh? That's all you got to do sometimes. Just give it a crack, but well, good luck in the race, mate. You're still in the top 10, and just a hard fought back to the front now, mate.
Yeah, you're not wrong there, mate. Cheers, guys.
Have a good one, mate. Good luck. Hayden Norris, everyone, buddy.
So we've got Matty Stewart on top, Schultz in second, Noble in third at the moment, and we've had 1 lap disallowed. And Mr. Coleman is coming up.
We were already talking about him in practice or qualifying, but what can he do in the top 10 shootout, ladies and gentlemen? I'm sure there's probably a couple of fishies watching him. I'm sure the big fish is watching him and all the team. So he's got his track to himself, and let's see what he does for a hot lap. David Coleman coming across the line now. Great noise there. Now we're going to ride on board with him. Down to third gear, as we have normally seen. He smashed the first one, smashed the second one. Oh, a bit loose on exit. Looks great. See what he does in turn 3, though. Does it get all gripped up? Yes, it does.
That was clean as.
Yeah, green sector, no purple. So it looked like Matty Scholes has done the best purple.
That was nice and tight as well.
Yeah, very tight through there.
And tied in. He's got some great lines tonight. Really nice lines. He's got
himself
the second purple sector.
Yeah, so he's on for a purple. Bit loose on the exit there. The car was getting a little loose, but he hanged on to it. So on the exit now, nice and clean, up the gears. So he's probably just going to be hunting down a relative at this point. Just hunting down every micro sector. Bit of a slide on exit, trying to get the power down. Purple sector. David Coleman is flying at Winton in the racecraft simulations qualifying. It's going to come around the last corner now.
That was the best last sector I've seen, that corner. That double right-hander was so well, nice and clean.
David Coleman comes across the line, and what does he do?
118 of the top, 119.75.
What a lap.
Wow. Oof. Crazy.
David Coleman, you've beaten beaten your rival that you've been driving with him ages and ages and ages, Matty Stewart, by a 10th, mate.
Oh, I did. That wasn't bad there. I managed to finally get a shootout lap to go together.
Mate, there were some really clean lines you took through there. I was watching you, like some of the angles coming out, the apexes. That was spot on. That was really nice to watch.
Yeah, I got a bit of a different line to a lot of the other guys, so it seems to pay off. So yeah, thanks, boys.
Well, it sounds pretty good, mate. should I be calling you Disco Dave now, or
No, you can if you want, mate. Yeah, call me later when I win, if I win.
Take care, mate. Good luck.
Thanks, boys. Have a good call.
You too, mate. So,
Mr.
Bruce,
Tannick's on track.
Brendo's favourite driver out of all of them, the Kiwi of the bunch, comes around the turn 3 there. Green sector, no purple, but it's green. It's not an orange, so that's good. It's on a good start here. 4th gear, really revving it, banging off the limiter.
A lot of that curve too.
Yeah, a lot of it there. We've kind of seen it with the fast guys just to smash the curbs, and that's definitely what it is tonight. Purple sector, Bruce Tannick.
Purple sector. Oh, he's taking that nice and tight. Look at that.
That was really nice. I'm sure he wants to beat David Coleman.
I'll tell you what, those last 2 corners were spot on, right on the money.
I've never raced Bruce around here before, and I bet you he'd be a fierce competitor around here. He's always been quick, just in general.
Another
so purple step.
He's on target.
He's on for a very good one. 2nd gear, around the 2nd last corner. He's went wide. He almost did a really bad one there, but he comes across the line, and let's see what he does. This will be on for pole. Is he beating it? A 19.3! What a lap!
19:39.
Bruce, mate, you've absolutely blown it out the park, mate. What do you think?
Shout out to Mr. Gisbergen, who gave me the tune, so it seems to hook up real good.
Well, you can send that.
Name dropping as well.
Okay, so for when NZ comes back to Winton, say my prayers, basically.
It felt good. I think I made one tiny mistake, went a bit deep under brakes, but other than that, it felt real good.
Well, mate, well done.
Real good, man. Looking real good. You down the back end of the trees, you took those 2 apexes beautifully.
Yeah, the thing hooks up real good. I'm happy as.
We'll send it over later, mate.
Tonight, mate. I hope you have a clean one. Take care of yourself.
Thanks, boys.
So, Bruce Tannick for that amazing lap, and Gisbergen getting a little shout out there. So, on exit now, just smashing through the gears. I guess when you're Kiwi, you can get a tune like that. So, Bruce is going to send that later, aren't you, Bruce? So, smashing the curbs.
He's done a great first sector, so he's on target. He's nice and clean so far. He's got some mighty fast times to get up to.
He definitely does. 19.3 is actually on par of Jamie Dyke's qualifying lap, so he's really trying to hook it up. He's wonder if he can beat his teammate, Craig Sam. Almost said Craig Schultz is trying to beat Craig Schultz. So comes around the hairpin, really tries to get the power down as much as he can. It's so hard to get the power down when you've got a bad setup around here. I've done it before and it's not fun. Loose on exit there, purple sector. Zach Mack is absolutely flying. Oh, a bit of a wiggle on entry. Oh, he's went really wide. That's going to bugger his lap up. He's probably lost a tenth or two.
Still held his time. That's the most important thing.
So he's going to come across the line, and what has he done? A 19.9. Oh, he's not going to be happy. Zach, mate, I don't. Are you happy with the lap, mate, or
No.
No. That's all right, mate. Look, you saved that in the last section. I thought you were going to go off track and lose it completely, but still come out in force. It's pretty awesome. And just to let you know, your cheer squad on YouTube are going nuts. Denise McDonald's going, go on, Zach Mack.
Thanks, Mum.
Well, Zach, mate, that's definitely not a bad lap time. You finished the lap and it counts, mate. What's kind of the plan going into this race now?
Keep out of trouble.
Yeah, that's that's definitely a good plan, mate. But well, good luck in the race, mate. You'll have some fierce competitors out there today, so good luck, mate.
Thank you.
Here comes my one of my favourites, Chris Miller.
I think this is everyone's favourite right now. Coming around the first corner, just smashes the curb, smashes the second one. Tell you what, he must have a brilliant tune on board with this thing. Obviously in
Yeah.
Super 2, if he does well tonight, mate, I think he's got the championship wrapped up.
Well, he's just done a purple for the first set.
He's flying. He is flying. He is
I've
flying.
just got two hands in my palm of my head. Why didn't I get him on my team earlier?
Mate, I'm going to have to send him a message after this. But, mate, he's on fire. Sector 2, purple. Oh, my God.
Again.
Ladies and gentlemen, we could be on for an 18 here. He could get pole.
What you're watching is a new SRW legend in the making. There's people out here from PC Sports, Coleman, Gomac, Dave Sim Racing, Go Zach Mac for the other ones. But you guys got to get on the Miller's team. This is another purple. Wow.
He's on fire.
He's 0.359 up already.
He is flying. This is going to be a blistering lap. Poor Bruce Tennant, because he's going to have to deal with Chris Miller tonight. Going to come across the line.
Oh, what a lap. You know what? SVG needs to get setups from Chris Miller.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, but he just did a 19.8. So...
I don't know what happened there.
Sorry for all the late...
He's in third, but the SDK was telling us he was way up high. How'd that feel, buddy?
Yeah, not too bad at all.
Mate.
Not too bad for an amateur.
Yeah. Yeah. Nah.
You'll be listening to my commentary later on, and you'll know that I was planning on calling you this week to come and join Team SRW, but it looks like I've missed the boat, buddy.
Yeah, no, Pecky's performance, they offered me a seat, and I thought, perfect, give me a chance to jump into a team environment, so really appreciate that.
Excellent, mate. Well,
should have got you on board.
Because you're an amateur in third place, which is fantastic.
I think it must be the paint scheme, mate.
Well, good luck tonight. Make sure you keep your tail on your car. No mullets for this evening, and good luck.
Here's hoping. Thanks, boys. Appreciate it.
Spoozy, mate. So,
here's the bus driver.
The big bus driver coming across the line and taking 1 and 2. Very nice across the curves. Not a huge bounce like we've seen with the other competitors. So, coming down to turn 3, he's just really got that thing tight. And purple sector. So, let's see what our timing's like, because Chris Miller did do it said a good lap, but he's sitting in P3, so let's see what Dyke does. Nice on the curbs. Didn't hit the first one, hit the second one though. Not bad at all, and he's just got it all gripped up. Green sector. So he got a first purple, now he's in the green.
Smooth, very smooth.
So he hasn't beaten Bruce Tannick's purple, but loose on exit. Had to smash third gear pretty early in that, so he hasn't got all the power down.
He's down 3/10 at this point.
So he's got loose on exit again.
Purple. No, he's got a purple though. He's held it. Let's see how he goes in his double right-hander.
Oh, he's not going to be happy with it because he's just loose everywhere. Jamie Dyke's coming around the last corner. Let's see what Dyke does. Coming across the line, Jamie Dyke, the bus driver, for our racecraft simulation qualifying.
Second. 19.39. He's hit the same time as Bruce Tannock. The system's got him sitting in second place. He's actually 0.01 somewhere, so the system isn't picking it up. But that is pretty cool. Mr. Dyke, how are you?
Pretty good, boys. How are you going?
Yeah, good, mate. I was going to...
on equal time as Mr. Tannock.
Yeah, yeah. Here's what it is. He put in a mega shootout lap.
I was going to say, mate.
Big mega shootout. How's the setup? There's room for improvement there, or?
I thought if I took all my my sector data off, I might be able to run cleaner. And turns out I could have broken a bit deeper. But
no.
Okay.
I'll take P2. Got Coleman running shotgun behind me. I sure will just push through and throw a little spanner in the works for this little race.
Oh no, that's
Nice,
never a
mate,
good
nice.
thing, mate, because we don't know what that spinner's going to do, mate. But Bruce Tennick jumped in, and I tell you what, he jumped in and said, "Thanks to SVG for giving me the setup for tonight."
Yep. Well, when you need pros to make your setups for you.
Oh! Shots have been fired.
Well, I don't know if that was a shot fired or was that a slap against Josh? Oh, I don't know. I think Josh is a pro, man. Who sets up your cut?
Yes, he was also with Fishy before he went to
Yes,
PPS.
yes. This is true. This is true. Good stuff, mate. Well, you know what? You've got probably about 10 minutes to smash down the Dare Ice coffee and get yourself ready with maybe some peanuts on the side at cash.
You read my mind.
And then slowly warm yourself up mentally and physically for the big race.
No worries, boy.
Well, mate, I was going to say before you go, Dyke, what's your favourite peanuts, mate?
Salted, obviously.
I thought you were going to say Pixie.
Well, Dyke, mate, well done in your qualifying. And, mate, good luck in the race with your teammate riding shotgun, as you said, mate. Well done.
Thanks, boys. Have a good one.
Yeah, you too, mate.
Oh, cool, mate. Well, Mr. Pixie Nixon.
Yes, mate.
It's been a bloody good top 10 shootout. They seem to get closer and closer every week. If you look at these times, 88, 85, 75, 39, 39. There's, it's only a couple of tenths through it. It's these boys are really starting to get a hold of it.
Yeah, mate, it's kind of getting scary, isn't it? You see Bruce Tennick just, I've seen Bruce. He's such a driver that you don't want to mess with because he's just a weapon. When he's got the car where he wants it and what he wants, mate, he's a gun. I've raced him that many times, and mate, it's good to see him in P1. So well done to him in his Mag Turbos Holden. I wish it was a Mustang, Bruce, but hey, you can't push people to jump to a different faction.
While we're talking, Bruce is going to be on screen at the moment, so you guys can see the quality of his hot lap. It was pretty spectacular. It was very, very smooth driving. That was that back end behind the tree, the left and right. That was so clean. That was really good.
Yeah, it's good to see Bruce up there though. But like I said, he's just he's a gun when he's got the car in the right spot.
Yeah, very, very true. So, do you want to know what I did today, mate?
Oh, go for it, mate.
Oh, thanks for asking. Well, we sort of battled our way through our first shooting of our SRW review show. So we had a few test things done today, and Dean and I stumbled our way through the first show. Bit of stuff we're going to have to go back and reshoot and things, but we've got a couple of days up our sleeves. But it was fun. We actually had a good time testing some new equipment out and testing setups out. So I'm really looking forward to this. Channel 31, look out.
Yeah, mate, it's definitely exciting for the whole team at SRW, and it's
it is.
Yeah, new things coming, mate.
Yeah.
It's
Well, this show will be on, so we'll be looking forward to that. So the first show to be on will be last week's V8. That will be on Wednesday night, the week of December the 4th. And I believe it starts at 10:30. Believe me, my brain's a bit fuzzy because I was away for work all week last week. And then the replay will be 2:30 on the following Saturday, which will be the 10th, I believe. And our first review show will be streaming on at 9:30 on the 7th of December. That will be a mark in our calendar that SRW TV will put up on the wall as part of a massive achievement.
Definitely, mate. It's definitely exciting for the whole team. And, we're sitting here flapping our gums, as you say, mate. And how's been the motorsport of this week? Obviously the Formula One's kind of wrapped up now the whole thing's wrapped up. The circuits is done. And what do you think of the whole season, mate?
Well, do you remember my prediction 3 weeks ago?
I think I do, yes.
Yeah. Do you remember what I said about Daniel Ricciardo, where he was going to go?
Uh-huh.
And there he is. And there he is.
Yep.
Now all we've got to wait is for my second part of my prediction. They're going to call me Nostradamus, not Nostradamus. Look that up. You probably don't know who that is. But my next part of the prediction is that Ganassi Racing is going to come in at some point next year, and they're going to buy AlphaTauri, and they're going to be an engine partner with Porsche. And my prediction is that after a nice year, a bit of R&R and doing donuts and plenty of time in Red Bull Sim and AlphaTauri Sim, I believe he will be going there, and he will be racing with a Porsche engine, which should be hopefully putting him somewhere in the front of it all. So we'll see what happens, see how my prediction goes. I just hope good things for him. But did you see the practice sessions with the new drivers?
Yes, it's definitely interesting because Liam Lawson, I'm rooting for him. How's that, having a Kiwi? And obviously Kiwis are different compared to Australians, but how cool is it to see another Kiwi if he goes into F1?
Yeah, look, I don't know. He's not showing much in race pace. He seems to be. He's just. I don't know if it's his racecraft or what it is. He always seems to get himself into trouble. Like he hasn't won. I think he's won or got a podium a couple of times this year, but he's up the top end, the pointy end. He puts in some blistering times, and then other times he doesn't. But Piastri testing, killed it. And who was fastest of all? Jordan.
Yeah, well,
Dylan clocked them all. I don't know we don't know what fuel loads or anything like that, or what strategies was in place. But from what I heard, Piastri gave Lando a bath, and then Dylan came out and gave everyone else a bath. I mean, people are going to ask, how did Piastri come in and all of a sudden do better than Daniel? It's a bit different. He's not having to unlearn any new skills or unlearn how he drives a car. Daniel's had 10 years of driving a Red Bull with a pointy nose and being able to late brake, and the McLaren doesn't like turning and doesn't like braking into a corner. You got to brake everything before the corner, just like in iRacing. But I guess I think Piastri's going to do well because he doesn't have to unlearn any habits or any styles of car, which is what Lando's done as well. That's why Lando's been successful in his car, as far as my opinion is concerned. That is, I'm not any pro or anything like that, just a big fan. But it's going to be an interesting year next year.
It will be.
Another Aussie out there. Yeah, I hope he does really well. Victorian boy too.
Oh well, definitely our fast drivers of Australia, but at the same time, old WA's not too bad at all.
Yeah. So we're going to do a quick intermission, and the stuff will be in the background. The server is up, and we'll be switching across now while we do that, and get started and ready for an epic race. While we're watching that and getting ready to switch over our systems, please don't forget our round sponsor, Toyo Sim. Dragon RC, and our V8 Supercar Top 10 Shootout sponsor, Racecraft Simulations. And don't forget our rest of our team that supports us week in, week out, and are supporters of our streams. And you've got the likes of up there as Warren and Brown Tools, Fastback Experience, Toyo Sim, and Melville Equipment. So, and don't forget my little business promo department too. All these people, donate for advertising and get on board with us, and it's the support that keeps us going. Please don't forget, we've got 537 subscribers. We're about 150 up for the month, which is fantastic. Racecraft has donated a fantastic rig and seat, so get your name down. Make sure that your YouTube subscriptions are set to public, because if you have them as private, we won't be able to see who you are or send you a message. So make sure you take care of that. And please don't forget that we've got the Bathurst 6 hour, Cummins Equipment Bathurst 6 hour coming up on the 10th and 11th of December, which was going to be epic with some amazing prizes. You know, $1,800 worth of pedals, wheels and base for the winner of both classes. A lot of subscriptions up for grab as well, not just for race wins, but also as people that we will be selecting as random. So we'll be selecting people as random from all our enduros, the mini enduros as well. So your first, second, third will get prizes, and then there'll be 3 selected from each class as well, which will get 6 months free subscription, and that'll also work in the 6-hour enduro too. So we will be dragging 3 names. So even if you're not up at the pointy end of the field, you'll get the opportunity to win yourself some subscriptions, which is not chicken feed when you look at 12-month subscription of us, and we do, you know, 8 series a week. There's a lot of racing that can be done.
And definitely, we'll take a short break, ladies and gentlemen. Our racecraft simulation qualifying's over, and let's see what happens in the race. We'll be right back with you. Ladies and gentlemen, we're back with you with SRW, and we're back for the race. And we actually didn't have a look at our track temp for tonight. So 22 degrees on track, 6% humidity. So not too bad at all in Melbourne. We've had a bit of a bad week with weather recently. So in Melbourne, so it's good to see a bit of good weather for once. And mate, we're back here, you know, after qualifying with the Racecraft Simulations qualifying. And mate, we've got some shakers and stirrers, that's for sure.
Well, yeah, it's gonna be an epic race as usual. The you know, these track temperatures and everything like that. A lot of people are going to say, and what does all that mean? Well, you know what, 22 degrees is fairly mild and cold. It's not really that warm. The track tyres, once they warm up, got to get some really good traction in these corners. Once they start hitting around the 28 mark, is when they start warming up excessively. The crap guys like myself will start slipping and sliding, the guys up front who know how to manage tyres will be just pulling away more and more.
Yeah, definitely. You just get used to the track and deal with it, basically. But yeah, it's very nice in Melbourne. Last time we came racing here was damp, cold, and not too great for the drivers. And Scotty and I were joking how crappy it was. But it's good to see nice, good conditions here. And mate, I'm looking forward to tonight. That's for sure.
I am too, mate. I am. Do you want to just refresh the memory of all our viewers of what the point situation is, so they can get a bit of a grasp of some of these battles that are going out there, what they're actually going to mean?
Yeah, indeed. So, Matty Stewart in P1 for our Super 1 Championship. So, ladies and gentlemen, at home, if you're playing along, basically, Super 1 is all your pro drivers, they're all your top guys. They're your, cream of the crop, basically. So, Matty Stewart's in P1. Michael Whiting's in P2. Now, Michael Whiting is not here for tonight. So, in P3 is David Coleman, which he is here tonight. And he's sitting in a pretty good position. And Matt Stewart, I tell you what, he's not sitting in a bad position at all too. So that's going to be a really good battle. Last time Matt Stewart and David Coleman were here, they actually butted heads, and Coleman and Matt both got sent to nowhere, basically. And so that will be a good little battle tonight. And who else is on track? So Craig Schultz is sitting in P4 as well on 837. Matt Stewart sitting on 909. So from that point of view, there's not much in it at all, Steve.
Yeah, there isn't. But what's going on? Jamie Dyke in first, Dave Coleman second. Where's Bruce Tannock?
That's a good question, mate.
Yeah, something must be going awry. Okay, yeah. Okay, there you go. The grid's reset itself. Geez, it had me worried for a minute. It looks like Training Paints is fizzing out a little bit as well, because I just noticed that Delaney's having a nice bright blue livery. But yeah, everything seems to be going through their phases. You see the cards flash white and then they'll change. That means things are going back to normal. Good old iRacing is giving us a few issues tonight. 27 watching in YouTube tonight. That's fantastic. How many out in Facebook?
So we're going green for tonight. P1, P2, Jamie Dyke, David Coleman in P3, and lights are up and they're gone. We're going racing at Winton. So they're all off, and it looks like one of the 9.5s cars has actually stalled it. So one of them has got a terrible launch, 3 wide into turn 1. This is amazing at Winton. Oh, they've clashed heads and the 2 are off track. I think that's a fishy, and that's... I think that's a 9.5, so Matty Stewart's lost a position off the start already. But Jamie Dyke sitting in P2 again, and Chris Miller's in P3. Matt Stewart's in P4, so technically Matt Stewart's in P3 for the Pro for Super 1. So Chris Miller's in Super 2, so this is a really hard one to get around. Does Matt Stewart just make a dive bomb and just get around him?
He's holding solid. He's driving his line, and he's making it real difficult, which is really...
David Coleman, sorry, up the inside, David Coleman at the corner, but he's went to the outside. It's a 9.5 as well. That's Sam Noble in the background. Coleman's been a contact with Matt Stewart. They've almost clashed heads again. This is like Chaz Mostyn and Cam Waters. Almost the same situation. Better contact going down to the hills. Sam Noble wants to sniff on Dave Coleman now. Sam Noble really trying to just get a move on him. Down to the back straight. Start-finish line.
That was some really tough, close battling. And you know what? You're going to be yelling your voice out tonight all night, because the track was such a small track that the action is going to be crazy.
My neighbours absolutely love me, so down to turn 3. Here we go. Round again, second lap. So this is where you really just need to get into a rhythm. It's an hour-long race. It's an endurance around Winton. An endurance around Winton is a lot of stress. It's a lot of concentration here for tonight, ladies and gentlemen. It's one of the hardest tracks you can drive.
The back end of the track, he's gone off. He's gone all the way down to 24th.
Oh, that's so unfortunate.
Andrew Proctor's in the pits, so he's looks like he's had an issue with someone out there. Zachary Glasbaum has just come out of pits. So we've got some boys battling left, right, and centre, and it's going to be like this all night.
So I just noticed the people that have joined super late into the session is actually Braden Sagassa and Blake Delaney, and Blake Delaney's actually in a Mustang. So they're fighting between each other, and Daniel Clutterbuck down the back as well, having a bit of a battle. Dodds is actually in the server as well. So Dodds is fighting up the field now, P7. So this is a good little battle up the front as well. Who else has we got? Zach Mack is right behind one of the right sim boards. Braden Sagassa trying to make a move on one of these competitors here. Really nice move. Blake Delaney had to move out of the way there. So Braden Sagassa is actually going to get a move on one of the SLM guys there. Really nice move. He's made that nice and simple. Troy Doolan trying to make a move on Andrew Proctor as well. Dave Blake is trying to get through as well. Andrew Proctor off the road now from how much pressure he's got from the guys getting through. Ty Delaney's not far from Jacob Hughes at all. Oh, this is just out. This is just unreal. And Blake Delaney, ladies and gentlemen, I thought I'd never see him in a Mustang, but he's in one. So he's actually in Jamie Dyke's colours as well, just with the black rims.
Yep. I've just been told to turn my mic up. Maybe it's just issues. That's okay. It's we've got our tech guys in the back, but thank you for the heads up, guys. Maybe I was just catching a breath for Pixie, because the battles through here are going to be fast and thick. Like, no one is really. It's like there's maybe one or two people which are more than a second apart. Everyone is like 5 tenths, 4 tenths, 3 tenths behind each other. So it's going to be, anyone who makes some mistakes anywhere along here is going to pretty much lose about 20 places, no matter who you are on the field. Whether you're up the front or up the back, it's going to cost you big time.
I think it's the one guy that right now has got the most pressure on the whole field is Chris Miller. He's the cork in the bottle right now, because I tell you what, Bruce Tannock and Jamie Dyke have just absolutely drove away from the field, and now we're riding on board with Dodds. But, I feel bad for Chris Miller, just how much pressure he's under. Hayden Norris trying to make a move on Dodds there. Does he do the crisscross? Hayden trying to go around the outside. This is where he could have just sent it up the inside, but he hasn't committed, which is fair enough, because it's very scary out there, ladies and gentlemen. Now, let's see if he gets a good run. Dodds just absolute blistering out of the corner there. A lot of traction out of the corner. Suspension's probably really soft in the rear. Huge dive.
Oh, that was close.
I think it's definitely corking the bottle, because David Coleman and Matt Stewart are really going at it. There's 3 teams up there trying to have a good old crack.
Yeah, and Chris Miller's just got to sit there and do what he's doing. You know, don't worry about what's going on behind you. You're, he's in third. He just keeps driving his race, and all right, he's 2.5 seconds behind, but you know what? It doesn't matter. He's still in third place, and the guys have got to work their way around him.
And that's so right. So Hayden Norris trying to make another move on Dodds there. Still on board with Dodds, and now we went back to Craig Schultz in P13, sorry. So he's actually down 7 positions here. So he's actually lost a heap of positions there. So that's not good at all.
Sheet's gone off. Brock's rolled off, and he's found himself down the back of position 22. So what I just stated a few minutes ago is exactly what's happening. You have a little off, and you're going to go all the way to the back.
Safety car has came out, and Dylan Thomas, we forgot to mention that Dylan Thomas was actually black flagged in that situation. So the safety car comes out now. Tyson McAvoy, our safety car driver, loves to be safe. Promo department is out.
So I've just been informed by the little voice on my right-hand shoulder that Brock's surname is pronounced Motorshead. Motorshead. Motorshead.
Oh,
So
you're going to be... Oh, hang on. Sorry, Steve.
Well,
I've just
stop with the oohs. What's going on? Tell me.
No, I've just seen something. Oh, there goes Brock, just getting absolutely. Oh, so this is what's happened with the safety car, and that's why it's coming out. That's Brock on his lid. Oh,
so he's hit those curbs are deadly, man. I've hit them in Formula 3.
Yeah, we've seen Jake Jackson and Brain Gasser absolutely flog these curbs with a Porsche Carp. And
Oh,
the
look
reason
at
I did
that.
the reason I did the Ooze, Steve, is Jamie Dyke
Yeah.
and Matt Stewart have went into the pits.
Oh, this early.
Yes, 8 minutes in,
Oh.
6 laps in. This is.
Wow.
I thought they'd stay out, but we did see this last time with Corey McFarlane and Jamie Dyke. Jamie Dyke went in, and actually, it's almost the same thing. That's what's happened last time when we were here. Corey McFarlane lost because he couldn't put enough fuel in, so he had to make another stop. So it's almost the same situation. So what they've got to do now is think smart. I pit in now, and Matt Stewart and Jamie Dyke went, "Yep, I'm just going for it."
Wow. So this is going to be another one of those races where we're going to be wondering when the pit strategies change. So, yeah, it is going to be a good one. Oh, it's good to see the new promo department livery on.
We were joking about that before. But,
this is the new one. Yeah, this is the new one.
I'll tell you what, who's made some positions up is Braden Sagasser and Blake Delaney. Braden Sagasser came from 27th up to 11th, and Blake Delaney from 26th to 10th. Someone's in. One of the Right Sim Racing boys are in. So that's Matthew Scholl's in.
Ty Delaney just had an off track under the safety car by the look of it. Matty Scholes has just gone in. Who else? Brock's still in, so
that's a huge call from Matt Stewart and Jamie Dyke, though, isn't it?
Yeah. Matty Scholes has just came out, and he's come out in 22nd, so he's dropped 12 positions.
Did he actually make a pit? No.
He pitted. He pitted.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah, but it's a late pit, so those late ones cost you a bit more time if you don't catch it when the front guys do it. You ends up hurting you a bit more. Bryce Medding, what a time to join the stream. Up Matty G and Sassy Gassy, let's go.
That's a new nickname. Yeah.
Chris will hold his own, but yes, he's under the most pressure. And then I heard an ouch. Someone call Care Flight.
Yeah.
You know what? And we expected something like this to happen at some point, but that was some nice air. It was more like an endo in a motorbike than anything, but pretty cool. I feel for the boy. So the safety car's still out. Is he coming in next lap? I'd probably imagine he would, because the field looks like it's all caught up. There's a few people that are in the back end, 18th onwards, which are still struggling. But we've had some good movers. Blake Delaney up 17 places, same as Brian Sagasser. Sorry. But Bruce is sitting up front. Chris Miller's still in second. Coleman behind him, so that's not too bad. Noble, then Harry Dodd's up 6 places. Hayden Norris. Zach Mack is roughly where he started. He's 1 spot back. And he'll he's a smart driver. He'll just play the waiting game and stay safe. Then what have we got here? We've got Mr. Clutterbuck up 4 places, then Blake Delaney and back to those. So some movers and shakers. Andrew Cowan, one of our team, up 6 places. Good on Andrew. He's up in 13th. It's looking good for some boys. Is this safety car going to come in anytime soon? That would be nice.
I think Tyson McAvoy's just love driving it out there, mate. Get some laps on the belt.
I think he thinks he's winning the race.
Oh, mate, he'd love to win the race. And I know he's going to hear about that. So
I think there's rumours that he might race next year in the V8s.
Ooh.
Yeah.
What if I race next season, Steve? Dun, 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 dun.
You can't, mate. I'm sorry.
I'm locked in the com booth, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, you are, mate. We're throwing away the key. Look, Tuesday night's an option for you. We're going to have the amateur V8 Supercar sessions on a Tuesday night with a top 10 shootout. So you might be a bit too fast for that. That's the only problem.
That's the issue, mate.
Yeah. Well, that's the issue you keep telling me, but I haven't seen it on track yet. I'm yet to have you on track at the same time as me.
So I'm about
You
Matty Stewart's pace. So,
is that right? Is it? We'll see what Matty says about that. Here is the safety car's coming around the back. He's pulled away from the field by the look of it, so he's looks like the safety car's going to go in now, and we'll be back. Yes, he is. The safety car's gone in, so let's get a load of these guys up front. Dykey's already moved. Coleman's already got himself on the right-hand side, ready to have a sniff on Miller. Miller's sitting in second, but I'll let you take it from here, mate, because you've got the high-pitched tones and the receded testicles, Bruce
Tennant comes across the line, leads the field away. He's in a great spot. He knows Chris Miller doesn't have the pace that Bruce Tennant's got tonight. Come down to turn one. Bruce has just got the pace tonight, and he does not care about anyone. So he's going to lead the field. He's already pulled it out to a second. So going down.
That was some nice late braking by Miller.
Yeah, it was really good. Miller's actually got really good brakes under that car. But David Coleman, I'm sure he wants to get around the car. And Hayden Norris, up into P5, we were talking about he didn't get a lap in, but I tell you what, he's doing really well, but right behind Dodds. Dodds did not get into the top 10 as well, so he's moved up heaps. So let's see if Hayden Norris can make a move around Dodds. Dodds just absolutely in a sandwich right now. Trying to chase down a 9.5, and he's got a right sim racing. Oh, and the cars! Oh, Hayden Norris has made a move. Has made a mistake. Does the 9.5 car get up the inside as well? Does Zach Mack do it? Does he commit? No, he backs off. Very smart move. He knows that if there's an accident this early, it's really going to affect him. Ty Delaney just really trying to hold on to Matt Stewart, but Matt just goes around the outside. Matt's trying to chase down Dyke because he knows if he sits behind Dyke, he can just drag himself through the field.
Yep. And now this is the opportunity where Bruce needs to try to get away and get himself a good drive and time and gap. So when he goes in his pits, he's not too penalised, because you've got to remember Jamie's at the back there working his way through. This field is slowing down, and he's going to be held up at some points. Bruce is going to have to pull out some mega time. So when he goes to the pits, he comes out in front of Jamie and Matty Stewart.
Yeah, he'd have to pull something out of the rabbit hat, that's for sure. I'm surprised.
Well, he's already
Zach,
gone already.
Jacob Hughes trying to defend off Zach Mack there, trying to just defend as much as he can. Cowie's in the action, Dyke's in the action, Andrew Proctor's in the action. Shoot! Cowie's knocked out Dykes. Dykes around.
Oh no!
Dykes out of the situation now. This is huge.
Oh, he's going to have to fight his way back. He's dropped all the way down to 20th from there. So he was in 12th, and he's dropped down to 20th. He's got a massive almighty fight now to get through.
This is going to be the biggest.
Who, what, and where?
Yeah.
But Pixie, can you hear race control from where you are? Because I can't tonight.
I can't hear him, unfortunately, because I normally just listen to it in like a hawk. Quite funny like that.
Yeah. So Tyrone Walsh. No, it looks like. Here we go.
So that's Jacob Hughes. Here.
Is that Cowie in front of him? It's Cowie in front of the DSL car. Andrew Proctor's tapped.
So Walsh in front of, just behind Dyke. In front of Dyke. So there's a lock up. So there's a huge bottleneck there. Now, okay.
Yeah. Cowie's locked up and the SLM car's gone into him. And don't tell me Cowie's gone and taken out.
Yeah, we were talking about that.
No.
So Dykes had nowhere to go. And Cowie hasn't hit his brakes. He's just went straight across the track.
Oh, man.
That's so unfortunate for all three of them there.
Yeah.
Dykes would have to be on a huge hunt now. And there goes Matt Stewart.
Yeah, Cowie will be, he'll be hating on himself big time at the moment. Well, you know, that's what racing's all about. It's these things that you just got no control of. You can pick your line and be the best driver out there, but if you have a bit of bad luck, mate, it's it unfortunately bites you.
That's it, mate. And Zachary Walshbaum just Vlachbaum.
Michael Locke's just
got
gone
black
off track
flagged.
as well.
So one of our competitors just got black flag. So I wonder if there's something that we've missed, unfortunately. But
No, that's
I'll
okay.
tell you what.
He's Zachary Vlasbaum you're talking about. He's just done his drive-through look of it. Yep, he's in there at the moment.
So the one guy that I would expect to do that pit stop is all the fishy guys. If one goes in, wouldn't you expect all of them to go in? But Blake Delaney up in the 7th now, and Brian Sagas trying to get around Daniel Clutterbuck. What a huge surprise!
Yeah,
He's done really well.
Yeah, I don't see. They probably split their strategy. If they all went in, then Bruce would have. You'd want someone on the back of Bruce, for as long as possible, so that he doesn't get away. Maybe Coleman decided he'd stay out and do that, and then Jamie went in, or maybe Jamie's going to get Coleman a bit of a draft later on. Who knows?
Oh, bit of contact there with one of the Riot Sim Racing guys. Riding on board with Jamie Dyke. I don't think he's... Yeah, so he's on the back of the grid of the pros. Oh, the Riot Sim Racing just went for a huge dive on Dylan Thomas there. Dylan Thomas was black flagged. Dyke trying to make a move up the inside. Dylan's letting go there. Good option there, but Dyke's right at the back of the field now. But
yeah.
But I was talking about strategy before about Fishy. I was talking about that with Fishy. None of the 9.5s went in, but Matt Stewart went in, and he's only 2 positions behind Braden Sagasa.
Yeah. Matty Stewart was fortunate he wasn't taken out by Cowie.
Just Chili Ben's luck, I guess. So he's
Chili
in a
Ben's
great
luck.
spot. Yeah, we've that's his nickname. So Chili Ben's on the hunt now, but he's not far away from Bruce Toenick as well.
I think Zach Mack has just set the fastest lap at the moment. A 1:20.02.
Doesn't even have clear air.
Yep, that's fastest lap of the race so far.
Wow.
Great little driver, Zach. Great driver.
Awesome driver. We do love Zach.
Oh, you love anyone whose team starts with a 9, yeah?
No, I love any team that's got a Mustang, mate. That's what I love.
Oh, this is true. They do look good. And you know what? And you know what, viewers? This is one of the very few places where you can still watch a Ford against a Holden. Not many. You won't see that apart from vintage racing or classic racing, whatever they call it these days. But yeah, week in, week out. Here we go. V8 Supercars, SRW, Ford against Holden.
I tell you what, I can't wait until Gen 3 though.
Is that a gender change or is that a
No, Gen 3. Oh, so Jamie Dykes actually turned. Oh, Jamie Dykes actually turned him. I think he's going to get black flag.
I don't know if he's turned them or not, but that was almost like watching Swan Lake with that way the three of them just slid through that. So it looks like here we go.
So Dykes trying to make him.
He hasn't touched him at this point. So the next corner, it looks like they all three slid at the same time, but I don't think there's contact all three at the same time. Here we go. This is the right angle. Jamie's tapped there.
No.
Yeah. He'll be kicking himself.
I'm not going to call it, but I reckon Race Control might put that on Dyke.
Not much fish left on that car.
No piranha.
No piranha.
So, one of our favourite sponsors actually is on this car. Sam Noble's 9.5 car, Racecraft Simulations.
Yep. They're a proud top 10 shootout sponsor. And a hot tip is that hopefully before Christmas, SRW will be having an online store and we will be selling Racecraft equipment. So watch this space. Yes.
Racecraft is only an hour from me, mate. It's absolutely lovely. But
perfect, mate. Well, any orders that come through, we'll get you to pick up, mate.
Oh, mate, too easy. I'll have them for my rig. Thank you very much, mate. New dash, sweet. By the way, John, if you are watching, I do need a new dash. But anyway, running on board with Hayden Norris. Mate, you need to get your orders in. But Norris.
Not humble boning you.
No.
Blake Delaney creeping up on the back of.
That's
creeping
Dodsy.
up off here. That's Dodsy. Putting a lot of pressure on. We're sitting at the 22, 23 minute mark of an hour race. And
I think Sagasta just made a huge move on those guys.
yeah, here we go. Look at this. There's the old Rottweiler.
Yeah,
Davey Blake.
Tell you what, I'd be looking out for him because I reckon a team will pick him up. He has just been absolutely quick recently. I was in a server with him the other day, man, and he's very quick on the tracks he practices at and does well. Road America we were at, and yeah, did very well.
Yeah.
Blake Delaney trying to make a move on Dodds as well, a bit further down.
Just to jump in on you, Chris Miller is 2 seconds behind Bruce, but Dave Coleman is like 0.3, 0.2, 0.3, 0.2. He is breathing heavily on his neck, and Dave and Sam Noble right behind him. So, you know what? He's 20, how many laps are we? 18 laps in, and he's still got third place. Well done. Good on him.
What an awesome result. And Blake Delaney, how's this? In the Mustang, I thought I'd never see this in my life. Oh,
What's
just
with
almost
that?
locking the... Oh, it's brilliant. Blake, if you're watching this back, mate, please drive a Mustang. So, sideways off the corner. The only drivers in Fishy that drive a Mustang is Freeman, Dyke, Dillon, and I don't think I'm missing anyone. So, riding on board. Oh, Lord. Just... Now, remember, Dyke and Matt's tyres are going to be better than everyone's. As you can see, Delaney and Dodds just sliding everywhere. Oh, almost hitting Dodds in the rear end.
Yeah, he looked like he early brake there. He was trying to get control of the car. Jamie Dyke's gone in the pits. Is he doing a drive-through? Did he get a drive-through?
No,
He's pitting. He's pitting. So he's probably going to go... He's probably going to try to go to the end of the line from here. He's probably going to save his way through. So we're at the 24-minute mark, 25-minute mark. He's probably going to be able to, from where he is, go all the way through, and hopefully he can get take advantage of the pits in front of him.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. And in Super 2 and P8, Andrew Cowan, one of the right guys trying to make a move on him. He's, I think he's just came back from... I'm going to say Melbourne, and he just came back from...
he came back from Sydney?
Sydney, my apologies. He'll probably kill me.
No, he's all right. He was in Sydney for taking care of family business.
Yeah, exactly. And taking care of the family, and we'll have a quick look at this. Matt Stewart just making a move on Zach Mack. Yeah, that's what I said.
And he's come on the inside. Nice move.
What an awesome move.
Nice move.
We've been telling Matt to be a bit more aggressive, and I guess that's what he's doing.
You know what? Didn't look aggressive. He did a very clean pass there. There was no contact. There was a lot of space between them.
No, you'll laugh. You'll laugh, Steve. He when he first joined the team, he would actually rather start at the back and work his way through because he didn't want to verse anyone. So that's why I've nicknamed him the Chili Bin, and he's trying to get around Daniel Clutterbuck. He just had a 1.9 car up his rear end with Brian Sagasta. Now he's going to have to deal with Matt Stewart.
How close is Dave Holman? Coleman on back of Miller at the moment. He's
what a drive from Chris, eh?
He is not giving. He's look at the line. Watch the line. He's covering all holes. There's no, as long as he doesn't lose or have a bit of an off track, or it's going to be really hard to pass. And he's got a good get up and go out of that corner, and that's what's helping him. Have a look at that. Look how much he pulled out of there.
Well, the one thing
that was really good.
The one thing these guys are going to have to worry about is Matt Stewart in this whole situation. So Bruce is slowly pulling away. Meanwhile, Matthew just absolutely throwing it up the inside of Ty Delaney, the little chap.
Yeah.
Little pocket rocket.
Dylan Thomas just had an off track too.
Then up the line is Big Delaney and fighting with Dodds.
That's a great battle. It's been going on for a while. There's a bit of a gap between 13 and 14. Craig Schultz and then Matty Scholes. So Matty Scholes is got a bit to catch up on by the look of it, but he's got clean air, which is good.
Oh, Delaney making a move on the outside, absolutely giving him no room. Todd's giving him none at all, and I love it.
Nothing at all. Jamie Dyke has just done the fastest lap of 1:19.69, so he's meaning business.
Yeah, he's trying to do something different, and I feel bad for Dyke. Feel bad for Dyke, but he's not in the championship. But at the same time, he wants to win and he wants to help. Oh, something's happened with Matt Stewart.
I don't know, but
Clutterbuck went
Delaney is just
Delaney at the inside.
Nice
what a
pass,
move!
But Dodds is closing the door, and Dodds has got back in front.
What a move!
That was a bit of a swap.
Oh, at the inside, Delaney trying to make a move. Oh, sorry, ladies and gentlemen, I have too many screens up, but Delaney trying to make a move at the inside.
And he's got the inside line.
Still going on.
Is this nearly a third of a lap, 2/3 of a lap?
Mate, and meanwhile in the background, the gas is actually caught up. So
So finally, we missed it while we were watching all that action, but Chris Miller has conceded the second place to Dave Coleman. So Dave's finally found a way around. Coleman's 3.3 seconds behind Bruce Tannock now. He's going to be on the chase. But here we go with Sam Noble putting the pressure on Chris Miller as well. Here's the pass of Coleman, and he's just outbraked him by the look of it. Yeah, he's outbraked him. But you know what? Chris has done a smart thing. He's been fighting everyone behind him, and he's probably put a fair chunk of wear on his tyres there. And I don't know, but where are we at with pit strategies now? I think it's going to be coming up.
I think you're on the money there, mate. And we know Matt Stewart and Dyke have a bit more fuel. But Matt's in the absolute awesome strategy right now. Cars off the track there, we did see. One of the SLM cars off the track. So we're riding on board with Hayden Norris right now. Really just trying to get around one of them. Now we're on Zach Mack.
Is Zach Mack. We haven't seen Zach Mack in action for tonight. And he's really hard. Oh, there's two 9.5s there working as a team.
Yeah, I'll tell you what,
It's you know what it was. We're both thinking, and then Jacob Hughes is in pits, guys. By the way.
I was listening to
it.
Oh, sorry, ladies and gentlemen. I was just listening to the radio just to see what was happening. The incident with lap 14 with the three cars was Delaney on the outside, talking about a fishy. Or I reckon this is Sagasa's time to move.
He is. He's going to try.
He's just going to sit behind Delaney. But I tell you what, Delaney would be really wanting to get by. We're on board with Sagasa now. He's just popped out. Sagasa. Now he's back in. Better contact with Dodds and Delaney. I tell you, and Sagasa's going to make a move on Delaney.
He's taking advantage of that run.
The inside. Great move from Sagasa.
That was sort of on the cards with that fight going on. I think those two have just worn their tyres a bit extra than what Sagasa's got. But you know what? Blake is just going to now hunt down him and keep going. Dave Coleman is 3.6 seconds, 3.8 seconds behind. No, 4 now behind Bruce Tannock. So he's losing a bit of pace. Chris Miller's lost Dave by a second about a second. But Sam Noble's now still putting pressure on Chris Miller. There's still 0.3 between the two, and then Hayden Norris 0.3 behind. Then there's a bit of a gap to Harry Dodds and this little love pack here.
Yeah, it's definitely a love pack indeed. So running on board with
Zachary
Sam Noble.
Blasbom's just gone to pit. So the pit strategies are starting to come in now by the look of it. I think you'll probably see.
Noble
here we go.
And Riot, one of the Riot guys in.
Yeah,
Sam
Noble, one of the boys.
Delaney
so
staying
they're all
out.
going to start coming in. Here we go. Noble,
Oh,
Hayden,
this is it.
Dodds, Blake, McDonald, all jumping in the pits.
So Tanek
Zach's-
stayed out as well.
Yep.
So the ones that have stayed out, ladies and gentlemen, is
So
Bruce Tanek.
Vlasbon's come out in 24th position. Let's see what happens. Oh, Clutterbuck's just at an off track.
So the ones that have stayed out is Bruce Tanek, David Coleman, Chris Miller, Brain Sagasta, Blake Delaney, Matt Stewart, the teammates.
Yep.
Craig
Matt
Schultz.
Stewart's already pitted once.
Yeah. Michael Locke, Zachary Vlasbom, and Matthew Scholes, and Jacob Hughes.
Yep.
And Jamie Dyke has just been black flagged. So
Was that for that incident before?
yeah, it
Yep.
was. So he's out of the mix completely now. Unless there's a safety car, he really can't come back from this. So the only
Never say
one
never.
that can really
Never say
get
never.
yeah, well that too. But so
All right.
now Matt
Bruce
Stewart
Tannock,
having
Dave
this.
Coleman, Bruce Tannock, Dave Coleman, and Chris Miller have all just gone in the pits.
Matt Stewart and Delaney are going around again.
And Brian
And Craig
Zagasta's gone in the
Schultz.
pits as well. And let's see how they're coming out. They're coming out. And Blake Delaney's up front now. Matty Stewart second. Matty Stewart is already pitted, don't forget. He had the early pit with Jamie in the race. Craig Schultz. And let's see where Bruce comes out. Troy Dooley's just gone in as well.
Oh,
Sam Noble's
huge
had an
contact!
off
Sam
track.
Noble off the track
There.
with Brad
with
Wall.
Brad Wall. Oh, Brad.
Brad just saying
And
sorry.
the top- Yeah,
Sorry.
that's all right. Brad's one of the
so
nicest
Brad's
drivers
behind.
out there.
So Brad Wall behind Sam Noble here.
Yeah.
Oh,
he's
just hasn't hit the
outbraked him.
brakes.
Yeah, he's outbraked him. Yeah, he probably
Unlucky for
surprised
one
him.
of the SRW entries, so he's going to go in the box now, go and get some tyres
Yep.
and fuel. And meanwhile, Zach Mack and Braden Sagasta having a bit of a battle.
Yeah, so what do we got up front? We've got Jamie's worked his way back to 9, but he's going to have to go through the black flag. He hasn't gone through that yet, I don't think he has. But,
Delaney in. Craig Schultz is staying out another lap. How much
Chris-
fuel does this man have?
I don't know, but what's happened to Chris Miller coming out of the pits? He's lost Hayden Norris has jumped him in the pits. And
black
obviously
flag.
Jamie Dyke has obviously passed him on track, so he'll get that spot back. But it looks like Hayden Norris has jumped in there. Blake Delaney's just gone in the pits.
So Dylan Thomas going in now in Super 2. He was just leading it. Now we'll see where Chris Miller comes out in the whole situation, obviously being in Super 2, but sitting quite up farther field again. Look, that's Chris Miller just going by Dylan Thomas now. That's huge. That's massive.
So Chris Miller's lost a second and a bit in the pits to Hayden Norris. Hayden Norris has come through the pits at 21.55, so maybe Hayden
Just
Norris is under
commitment through
fuel.
the lane. Maybe just commitment through the lane. That's all it is, probably. Just harder on the brakes through the entry. Because you got to remember, you're taking off tyres, like getting new ones on. So, you know, he's maybe just flogged the brake and locked all tyres going in the
but
pits.
that's pit entry to pit exit, so you can't gain time on that bit. That's probably less fuel.
Yeah.
Because that's
Fuel
not
safe.
counting your time. Yeah, that's not counting your time coming around that little corner. That's just the exit to exit. So there's probably a bit of fuel saving that was going on there. There's fuel, but that's all right. It's no great disaster. It puts Chris still in a really good position. Bruce Tannock and Dave Coleman sitting in 4th and 5th at this point. All the boys are pitted, so that Matty Stewart's benefited more than anyone because he's had that really early pit.
Well, Craig Schultz
Danny
is right
Brock's
behind him.
going in for his black flag. Look at it.
Craig Schultz is right behind Stewart, and Stewart's just coming up to Andrew Cowan now, one of the SRW team broadcasters. So just coming up behind him now. Great shot there at Winton. There's Stuart just going around the corner now.
Jamie's pitted, so he's stopped in there for fuel.
So I reckon Matt's on a pretty good strategy here. I wonder if he can get it home now. I reckon he might be on it. So he's going to stay out another one. So he's going to get to the 40-minute mark. He'll be good for the rest of the race, I reckon.
No, I reckon he's going to need to pit one more time, but late.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he pitted at lap, what is it, that lap 8 or 9?
8, yeah.
Yeah, so he's got a bit of fuel that he's either got to try to fuel save while he's up there now, but he can't because Craig Schultz is right behind him. Then there's Matty Scholes, which is 8 seconds behind that, and then 14. So there's a bit. Oh, Bruce has just worked his way back to third.
Oh, David Blake making a huge move. That was huge contact.
He's held it.
Dodd's just getting on the radio, pretty furious about that move with David Blake. So, I wonder if Dodd's Delaney just making a move around the outside of David Blake there. Dodd's just pushing him out wide furiously. Didn't like that at all.
How good did that look? That looked crazy. That was real world driving. That was nuts.
That was really good. So Matt Stewart pitting in now. I reckon he's close to the end. I reckon he is, because these guys will have to do another pit stop. We obviously know that. But I reckon he's covered off to get to the end now, because it's only 22 minutes.
Yep.
20
minutes just about. Yep.
Yeah,
yep. 20 minutes there. Well, Matty Stewart just gone into the pits. Told ya. Craig Schultz has followed him in as well, so that'll be their last pit. That'll bring us up to our standard leaders now, because now everyone's done what they need to do. Because don't forget, Matty Stewart and Craig Schultz pitted early. We've got Bruce Tanner
Stewart coming out now. Stewart out of the box and out of the pits already. He's out. He's gone.
Yeah. So Coleman's 4 seconds behind.
Wow. So he's jumped this pack we're on board with now. Delaney's jumped Stewart, and his teammate, Brandon Sagassa, trying to make a move on one of the 9.5 entries. Now, I'm going to say that's so that's Zach Mack. We're watching on screen, and Braden just, he's kind of lost Delaney. Delaney was just in front of him, but there's just a big old pack going on now.
Yeah. The as normally what seems to happen is once a second pit's done, everyone spreads out a little bit, and then after about 5 or 6 laps, it starts condensing again, and it's starting to condense now. Zach Mack, Braden Sagassa, Craig Schultz, and Davey Blake, all there, ready to rock.
Now,
Hayden Norris is getting closer to Dave Coleman up front, but Dave Coleman's 4 seconds off Bruce Tanner, and Chris Miller 3 off Hayden. So Chris needs to get a pedal on if he wants a podium, but you know what? He's in 4th place as an amateur amongst pros.
Yeah, we'll have to bring him in the box when we're finished, because basically he's won Super 2, so we might as well as when we're here. So Braden Sagassa on board now, and if Bruce Tannick needs to do another stop, I reckon Matty Stewart's got this in the bag. He's not far.
When did Bruce pit last? He pitted the same time as Hayden Norris and Dave Coleman. So I don't know if he's going to have enough to catch him. Because Matty Stewart's going to need to go for a pit as well, don't forget. Oh no, he's just done his second one, didn't he?
Yeah, he's just done his second. Because if all these other guys, so besides Matt Stewart, they'll probably have to put 8 laps in. So I reckon.
Matty's.
Yeah.
Yeah. Matty Stewart. There was a Craig Schultz that pitted with him just a few minutes ago.
Yep.
Yeah, it was. Yep. Yeah, so I reckon Matty Stewart, Craig Schultz are in a really, really good position. The guys in front of them are going to have to go for their second stops.
Yep.
don't know. Bruce has got 4 seconds up front. He could be fuel saving like crazy at the moment.
He could.
And Coleman in the same position as well. He's got a second and a half off Hayden Norris. He doesn't need to worry about it. I guess Chris Miller's hoping that Hayden Norris needs to pit again so he can get him to the podium.
Yeah, like all in strategy-wise, all that Craig and Matt need to do is just push on now and just get the best lap times they can out of this car now.
Yeah.
So right on board with David Blake. He's actually in P2 for Super 2, and he's in this P2 in this pack right now. So he's got heaps of cars behind him, and he's got a Dodds just right in front of him. I mean, like you talk about these Super 2 guys, they're mixing it up with Super 1. It's awesome to see.
Oh, it's pretty cool. I'm watching Andrew Cowan up against Tyrone Walsh at the moment. Andrew's all over the back of him, and David Blake's all the way back on Harry. So there's fights going on left, right, and centre. Cowie's putting a lot of pressure on here, and Cowie's had a solid season. He's got the wiggle. I think that was the commentator's curse.
Yeah, we definitely did that. Well, we've always cursed you, Steve.
Yeah, I fucked up. Do I need cursing? Oh, I think I got a gypsy curse at birth. Gypsy curse at birth. I think I got. Schultz is going. Go, Brad. Yeah, go, Brad. Brad's sitting in 23rd, man. Hopefully, Brad takes. I'm gonna cheer him on. Go, Brad. No, look, he's still okay. His guys in front of him still got to do their second pit, so he'll probably come out of that strategy probably in 15th or 14th, somewhere around there. So we'll see what happens when some of these guys take their second pit, because there's a lot of them still on one pit, and they're not going to make it all the way through. Well, unless Bruce and Coleman, or maybe I'm just an idiot that's got no idea, and they're all going to make it through.
Last time we were here, if you did the stop that everyone kind of does, it's 2 stops. But if you've done what Matt and Dyke have done, and Craig Schultz, it's a 2 stop, but they've done it super early, and they've got 8 laps of fuel that's just went on board. So.
Well, we'll see in another 10 minutes. We'll tell the story once we hit that 5 minutes left. It might be like a few weeks ago when we had guys coming in on the final lap.
Yeah, well, that's it, isn't it? It's I think we had that at Phillip Island. So I think it was it's a TCR. I think it was. God, we do that many races at SRW, ladies and gentlemen. It's hard to keep up. You do 4 nights a week, you just forget everything. But yeah, there's been that many calls, eh? Oh,
these guys got a nice little tight battle going on in front of them here. Another Ty Delaney's had an off track. He's gone off somewhere, but he's back on. He's lost a spot to Dylan Thomas, by the look of it. These guys that we're watching at the moment, all the way from Harry Dodds down to Craig Schultz, there's about 0.4 between them, and it's a brilliant little battle.
You know what I love about this, Steve? Like, you've got these Super 2 guys, fighting for their own championship, but the Super 1 guys are still going at them, and the Super 2s are still going at it. So it's great to watch.
There's no when they're out there, they forget who's who. It's just a race. That's it.
Yeah,
you're in front of me, so you're in front of me. I need to pass you. You're behind me. There's no blue flag. You're behind me. You're trying to pass me. Well, work your way through, sunshine.
That's
exactly
it, isn't it?
Right. Yeah, Tyrone Walsh and Zach Blasbom are swapping places at the moment. At the back, Andrew Proctor's working his way back up. He's had a bit of a rough trot tonight. Biggest movers at the moment is Blake Delaney sitting in 20th. That's massive. 20
spots he's gained, eh? It's a massive gain, and Tagassa doing very well as well. Up a huge amount of spots, and 16 spots, and Ty Delaney and Clutterbuck going at it. Ty just giving heaps of room.
You know what? For a field this big, only 4 cars have been lapped. That's huge. That shows how tight the racing is all the way through. And the guys that have been lapped, have had incidents and accidents. So it's not because they're not fast enough, because Dykey's one of them. But yeah, it shows you how fast this field is.
Well, I think Dyke's parked it up. I think he's had his limit, so he's parked it up, and fair enough. But he's out of the race, so
yeah, it's one of those nights, isn't it?
Yeah, it is, and I feel bad for him because he didn't see the other car on the far left, so I do feel bad, but that's racing. And Craig Schultz trying to get around Brian Sagassa, and Craig's just took a huge club of curb. Huge amount of it there. That was awesome, but 2 wheels up in the air. It's always good to see stuff like that, and Sagassa just really holding him off there.
Jesus Christ, the Craig Schultz is really bouncing off those curves, isn't he?
Yeah, you watch these 9.5 guys, in their cars, they've always, the Winton setups have always been pointy and soft, compared to the other drivers. Like, see there, like the thing snapped and it just had a huge snap of oversteer there. That was quite interesting there.
Well, we did say that we hope Bruce had a clean race tonight. He has had a clean race, and he's 5.5 seconds ahead of Coleman. Coleman another podium, which is pretty cool. Hayden Norris 2.7. Chris Miller, he's just pasting himself at 2.3 behind Hayden, and Sam Noble nearly 4 seconds behind Chris Miller. So Chris has established himself in the top 4 there. He's just waiting to see if something goes wrong up the front. And from Sam Noble down, it is fighting all the way through.
Yeah, definitely. And it's such a hard battle that they've had all night tonight, an hour worth of racing. We're 48 minutes in, and mate, it's just getting better and better. 49 minutes in, but it's still going on.
Is this...
someone's off the road.
Blake? Yeah, Jacob Hughes has gone off track. Yeah, Jacob Hughes has gone off track. I think he's been having issues with his car setups. He's had a few small off tracks by the look of it.
Yeah, just
it might be just him. Might be just him getting out of the way as well.
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, it, Steve. I've seen you drive around here. It's definitely hard track.
It is hard, and it impacts your. Once you get passed by someone by a blue flag here, you just all of a sudden you just lose a lap without even blinking, because you're just giving way. It's such a condensed field.
Oh, someone's around! Matthews just had to move around. I think that might have been Craig Schultz. Yeah, Craig Schultz just around.
Yeah.
Oh no, he was on strategy too. That's not good at all.
Let's see what's going on. Oh, he just did it himself. He's overcooked it.
Overcooked it. Yeah. So I was talking about a pointy setup, and that's what his car's done. Yeah, the back end's rotated.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so unfortunate.
And then that was so lucky. Who's that? And is that a riot? Too much damage to the paint. Matty Scholes just missed that. Well done, Matty. He could have quite easily been caught up in the middle of that as well.
David Blake in Super 2 having a good old crack with Zach Mack and Dodds and Sagassa. Not giving up to nobody. We were talking about that before. Zach Mack trying to go around the outside. Bit of contact. Zach's just went wide. Oh, another bit of contact. Zach's going to get a penalty there, I reckon, and Sagassa was trying to make a move. Zach's went back on him again. Sagassa is 3 wide. I've never seen that before. Sagassa and David Blake are going with it now.
David Blake's he's a feisty driver, man. I like it.
Oh, well, he's got a Rottweiler on his car. It's good to see. Yeah, should have a Chihuahua on it. That'd be even funnier.
That was 3 wide, dude. That was pretty crazy corner.
Of all my sim racing, I've never seen that before.
That was take note, lap 37. David Blake. I'm gonna put that one in the highlights. That's for sure. That was a beautiful.
Sagassa just having a huge lock up there, having heaps of pressure behind with Matthew. That's just dodged Craig Schultz.
I wonder if he I thought someone went off track. He was like, "Ooh."
Yeah. I wonder if his heart rate's up or not, because it just looks like he's just driving around.
Tell you what, Sam Noble's right on the back of Blake Delaney at the moment as well. He's just hovering around under the 5s, and now he's back to the 0.6s.
What a drive from
Blake's-
Delaney, though.
Yeah, they're only a couple of laps apart from their pit strategy, so they should be on pretty equal tyres at this point. It just depends. Not really, because Blake just knows how to treat tyres well, man. So he'll have enough in those treads to fight this battle off. But let's see how aggressive Sam's going to be.
I was going to say, we haven't seen Tanak in yet, so we're going to wait for him to come in. I reckon we're getting pretty close to it.
Tanak is 5.5 seconds. 5.5 seconds he is away from Dave. It's like, man, he's building up his own gap so he can go for a pit stop, and he can come in that pit and still do well now.
Oh yeah, I reckon you're pretty right about that, because Matt's quite far away now. I mean, it'd be very close. I reckon it'll be very close, but it's kind of like a second. But you were saying 29 seconds is roughly an average pit stop, and Sagasta is trying to make a move. He's backed out of it, being safe about it, showing the nose, and David Blake's had a bit of an oopsie there. And
I think David's taken a lot out of his tyres in the last few laps, fighting everyone. So he's probably feeling that heat at the moment, and he probably just needs a couple of laps to sort of settle his car back down. But you know what? He's sitting in second place. He might as well be winning the Super 2s, because Chris Miller's just destroying the Super 1s up front.
He definitely is.
He's still 2 seconds, and he's still got Blake 3 seconds, nearly 4 seconds behind him. So he's putting himself in a good pocket. He just needs to drive steady now.
Definitely, and we've got about 6 minutes to go, and Tanak is still out in front, hasn't boxed. So it's either going to be very late or he's saved enough. But it looks like none of them are fuel saving.
Oh, look, that'd have to be Bruce. Have to be fuel saving. He's got all that way up front, and then Coleman's got 2.5, nearly 3 seconds on Hayden Norris. So he's a smart cookie. He'll be fuel saving as well. It just depends on whether those guys are going to be able to get through of one pit. If they get through of one pit, I'll be very surprised. But in saying that, we're just about to hit the 55-minute mark, so it's going to be very interesting. I
was going to say there was a bit of an incident with David. There was an incident with David Coleman and Andrew Proctor. I wonder if we can get a replay of that with David Coleman and Andrew. Okay, so okay, so here's the incident here. So no further action with this as well, because Andrew lost his car and Dave's just given him a bit of a hit. So sideways, and Dave's just came in and given him a bit of contact. So Andrew said over the radio he lost his car before Dave hit him, so Dave just came along and just given him that little bump. So race control's going to do nothing about it, which is good to hear. Keep the racing going.
Zach Flasbom on Cowie. These guys have been fighting for a little while as well. And Cowie's been holding Vasbom off for a while, but Cowie's car doesn't look that good for wear at the moment. It looks like it's got a fair bit of scratches all over the place. Oh no, I lie. It's looking better than usual.
Oh, Chris Miller.
Oh, what? And keep talking.
And he's just said about blue flags, people not getting out of his way. So. Sorry, I go quiet because I'm listening to the radio, just trying to take everything.
I know. That's why I said, and keep going. There he is, Mr. Miller, and he's got who's that behind him? Blake. Blake's reeling him in. Yeah, Blake's reeling him in. So he had a big gap, man. He had 3 seconds on Blake at one stage, so he really must have got held up.
Yeah, definitely, and
that's really hurt him. Whoever held him up has really hurt him because was that a pit that just went because I had to go because I slid, or was that a pit because I was going pitting? That was Blake going into the pits, I thought.
Delaney.
Yeah. It looked like his car slid out into the pit lane.
No, Delaney's all good. So
Okay.
none of them
There
are
go-
boxed.
There goes my brain. Just checked out. Just checked out.
So Blake.
Yeah,
Delaney.
David Blake's in the pit. Yeah, David Blake's in the pit, which is good.
Oh, David Blake.
I don't know. See here, when he's...
Yeah, Delaney
Yeah,
just had
I
a
thought he-
huge.
Okay, so I thought he was pitting there, and then he's just had a huge slide out. Okay, cool. So I didn't lose my brains.
Just a massive correction there. Troy's in.
Yeah.
So the pit stops are on now. Okay.
Yeah. So we were right. It was that last 5 minutes that was going to...
Oh, it's less
was
than
gonna
that
be.
now, that's for sure.
Yeah, well,
So-
it's
almost
3
gonna be
minutes.
two.
Two, yeah. So are the guys in the front going to make it all the way through? Are they saved enough? I assume yes. Or is it going to be last lap pits again?
Oh, Bruce has went around again. Does he have enough?
Yep.
Oh, I can hear the car short shifting. He's fuel saving. No
It
white
would be. It would
flag.
be it would have been fuel saving after the last pit.
Yeah.
But Coleman's 6.9. Coleman's fuel saving 100% as well.
Well, we've seen
6 seconds
Bruce.
behind. So Chris Miller's hope at the moment is that Hayden Norris runs out of fuel because Hayden pitted a lap earlier than Chris, and
Yeah,
Blake
well-
pitted 2 laps earlier than Chris. So it should be interesting to see what happens going forward from here.
Well, it's about a
White
minute.
flags out, yeah.
No. So this will probably be white flag. So it's. Oh, Bruce is punting around. Oh, I reckon he's close. Dodd's
Who
making a
was
move
that?
on Matthew there.
Oh, they haven't given up either. They're still giving each other love.
Yeah, definitely. So Dodd's just got by. Oh, I reckon 10x. I reckon he's close on fuel because he's short shifting and everything.
You reckon he's going to need a gust of wind to get him across?
Oh, he hasn't went in. Okay, so this will be last lap for Bruce. If we can ride on board with Bruce here. White flag now. He's just came across now. So that extra bit of fuel Matt and Dyke went for. Didn't need it apparently. Same as Delaney. Oh, God, if you were Matty Stewart, you'd be gutting yourself, wouldn't you?
Yep.
But that's all about strategy. So Matt Stewart sitting in P7. But yeah, they're gonna make it home. So Delaney
Wow,
on the
that's-
back of Chris.
Yep.
But you just hate that, wouldn't you? You know, it's such a good position and almost thrown it away. But Delaney on the back of Chris now. This is just basically for position for Delaney. Another Piranha trying to have an attack at someone.
Well, Blake's going to finish 4th either way because of it's all Super Ones in front of him. But Chris Miller is, head off to him. What a drive!
I was going to say Hayden Norris is in P3. Delaney up the inside. What a move! Oh,
he's held it.
on board with Bruce now. Now he's going to take the checkered flag. We've seen him in NZ be successful. He's got his first win in SRW. What a great win in the Supercars. And Coleman
that's
coming
Mr.
home.
Coleman
with
flashing
P2.
his lights like a madman.
And
And
Hayden
Hayden Norris in
Norris.
3rd.
What a result for
And
him.
here comes Chris Miller. Whoa. Chris Miller in 4th.
P1 in Super 2.
Yeah,
Dylan Thomas
4th on,
in P2.
4th on all over. That's great running. Zach Flasbom, he lost 2 places. Blake Delaney up 21 spots, man.
Yeah,
Hayden Norris to a podium, up 6 places.
Well, Dylan Thomas coming home in P2 in the Super 2. And in P3, I'm pretty sure that's Ty Delaney in P3. So,
Wow,
another podium.
well done.
What another little podium for this little pocket rocket. Coming home.
Yeah.
He's getting better and better. And another win in Super 2. Well, another podium for the little pocket rocket. Coming across the line. There's P3 for Super 2. I'm sure he's happy with that.
Yeah, you know what? I was looking at Daniel Clutterbuck and I thought he was a NAM. I was thinking, no, he's not going to make it, but he's there. He's done it. Good on, Ty Delaney, mate. Well done. Yeah, that's 2 podiums in a week.
Yeah, I know.
Wow. Good on him. That's sensational, man. Well, we'll talk to the. I mean, this is the penultimate round, isn't it? Penultimate round's next week. Yeah, this is the penultimate round. Yeah, so let's have a chat to Ty and the AMs as well as the pros, and God, what a race! That is crazy.
That's awesome. So,
Chris Miller. That's my drive of the day, mate. For an amateur to finish third on the outright top 10 shootout, and then to come out and finish fourth is sensational.
What a result for him!
Look at his parking effort. What the hell happened here? It looks like they've just gone rushed through a bottle and just parked it up. Oh wow! Well, all right, Pixie, run through the race results, man. Let's give our lovely viewers.
P1, Bruce Tannick for So there's a huge crash in there, but Bruce Tannick in P1 in the Super 1s, what a great result. He needed that. He's had a few little bad results, he's, been hit, crashed, but tonight he's came home in P1, 5 seconds in front of Coleman in P2. What a great result for him. The first fishy in the top 3 on his own. Well done to him. Hayden Norris in P3. And there's your rest of the results for Super 1. So now we'll go to Super 2. Now, in Super 2, what a absolutely great result for Chris Miller to come home in technically P4, but in Super 2, P1, Dylan Thomas in P2, Ty Delaney in P3, and there's your rest of the results. Great result. Cowan, what a great result for him in P5. So well done to all of them.
Well done to all the lads. That would have been real tough for us. Not much room to breathe in that sort of track. And hat off to everyone out there tonight for a stellar effort. There was some great racing.
Yeah, 100%. Might just jump in the green room and you have a bit of a chat.
I'll have a bit of a chat. We'll go over and just thank all our stream sponsors, our round sponsors, Dragon RC for supporting us, for the V8 Supercars, DSL Welding for our naming rights, and then all our special guests with Racecraft looking after our top 10 shootout, and Warren and Brown Tools, Fast Track Experience, Toyo Sims, and Melville Equipment, all looking after us for stream sponsorships. And welcome, thank you for all the support, and hopefully everyone will be back for 2023 because for a bigger and better year as well with 2 rounds to go.
100%, and we'll get Ty Delaney in here in a second. I'll just be back.
Pixie's just jumping in and out of rooms and trying to get people up in here, so we'll wait for him to come through. And he's like a little pixie, and he's got his little fairy wings on his back. So
I've been the mailman and I'm jumping around everywhere, but we're going to throw in little Ty Delaney. Ty, mate, you're in the green room in the broadcast. How was that, mate?
Yeah, really good.
Mate, this is your second result on the podium.
Yeah, 2 podiums 1 week, mate. Well done.
Thank you.
Is it have you been pumped up all week, or you been fired up for tonight's race? Has Dad been trying to calm you down?
Well, I've been pretty pumped up, but Dad hasn't calmed me down yet.
He hasn't calmed you down yet? Are you doing? You didn't get out of the rig and do some high fives and fist pumps and all that sort of stuff, run around in the room for a while, did you?
Nah, not really.
No, really. We're gonna have to get you. We're gonna have to get you a bit more pumped up for the final because
I know.
that'll do great stuff for your results on the ladder. And one more round to go at Bathurst. How are you feeling about Bathurst?
Well, it's a pretty scary track, but hopefully I can pick up another podium.
Nice and confident. I like that. Just a quick one for you. How tall are you?
I think I'm.
You're as tall as Dad.
I think I'm
So you're
5'1".
catching up to Dad, yeah?
Dad's like 6'2", I think, so not yet.
Oh, what a midget!
Your dad's a meat axe like me. He's a big, nice, tall bloke. All right, so you'll be catching up to him in no time at all, mate. What's the plans? How's the go-karts going?
Pretty good. Yeah.
No podiums yet?
Don't think so.
Okay, cool. How old are you at this very minute? When's your next birthday?
The 23rd of May.
23rd of May. So you're 13 now, aren't you?
Yeah.
13. You got the same birthday as our producer Nathan Shibby Howard. That's a good sign for you. So you're 13 and you just kick the ass of guys that are probably ready to retire, and guys that are probably in the peak of their driving. So congratulations, mate. That is an awesome drive. I mean, having driven against you and having you beating me, I still remember that. I think it was Road America when you beat me on the line when I ran out of fuel. That was fun. But congratulations, mate. Do you want to do thank the sponsors? Are you ready for that sort of stuff, or do you want to?
I was gonna say just thank your mum and dad, mate, or whoever, unless you've got the sponsors right in front of you.
Look, you know what? SR Double's a training ground of future professionals. So if you want to have a crack,
yeah, go for it, man.
Yeah. Well, I think I got the sponsors list right in front of me. So I'd like to thank West End Motor Group, Parameter Professional something, West End Mazda, DC Shades, Infinity Designs, Precision Sim Racing, Adrenaline Images, and Battery Warehouse.
You know what, mate? You're a legend.
Legend. I was going to say, well done, mate.
I'm going to shout out to your dad. I want to interview your dad and yourself for our new review show in the coming weeks. So we'll shout out and we'll get you guys on video. And when we do that, I want a autograph so that I can go use down the track. Say, hey, I don't Ty Delaney. Congratulations, mate. Have a great night.
Well done, Ty.
You too.
So that was P3, little kid making it in the making, Pocket Rocket, and I guess we better bring in P2 in the Super 2, Dylan Thomas. There we go. Dylan, mate, how was that?
It wasn't the easiest way to do it.
Mate, not a bad result.
You're lucky Ty didn't pass you.
Yeah, he's getting quick, the little turd. We have to have a chat to his dad, I think, and slow him down.
I don't think there's much chance of that happening, mate. This kid's getting faster and faster. He stole the show today again.
Yeah, you'll be quicker than all of us next season. You watch.
Yeah. How did you like it? Just apart from the fact that it was a tough race, was it a fun race?
Yeah, it was all right. I bit of an error of judgment at the start and sort of got caught between should I go past him or not on Craig Schultz, who was a bit slow, and went for it, didn't work, and started with that putting me to the back, and then a drive-through putting me way down, and I took a gamble on topping the car up on the safety car, and I ended up finishing with about 4 litres, so I was able to go hard all the way to the end from the pit stop. So.
Well, we were talking about that in strategy, mate, and we saw Bruce Tannock just basically coughing around the joint. What was David Coleman's kind of... Actually, that will be a question for him, but anyway, mate, but obviously finishing in P2, it's definitely not bad to absolutely smash it home. And what kind of... Where does Winton kind of sit in your track list, mate? Because... it's one of my favourites. These are the sort of tracks that really suit the way I drive.
I don't get much time. You don't get much time to think about what's next. It's sort of just, it's right there, so you just got to do it. Your F1 style tracks with the big straights and everything, I'm absolutely awful at those. It's just, big long straights, and by the time you get to the corner, you've fallen asleep already. And like this one, Oran Park and stuff like that, I usually do pretty well at them. Oran Park's a bit unlucky, but I've got good pace there, so one day I'll have a good race there.
I was going to say, mate, we'll wrap it up, mate. And who was
before you wrap it up, someone on stream from maybe Mr. Delaney reckons it's your birthday, mate. Is that true, or is this another Coleman birthday?
Almost. It's
almost
about a week and a half away.
About a week and a half away. Well, we've got one more week of racing with you, mate. But if you don't make it to the podium, happy birthday for your pre-Christmas birthday.
Thank you.
I was going to say, mate, who would you like to thank with all your sponsors, mate? Who the people get you here, basically, and all your sponsors, mate?
Yep. So West End Motor Group, which covers Parramatta Peugeot Professional, Parramatta City Great Wall Haval, West End Mazda, Parramatta Isuzu Ute, DC Shades, Relax Marine and Game Fishing, Precision Sim Training, who's I was using one of his setups tonight and it was absolutely glued to the road. It felt amazing. Infinity Designs, who paint all the cars, Adrenaline Images, and Battery Warehouse, Airlie Beach.
Mate, what a great result tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Dylan Thomas in P2. Well done, mate.
Thank you.
Congratulations, mate.
So that was P2. Now we'll move on to P1. Basically, we'll just call him the rocket ship from now on. Chris Miller, mate, you're a rocket ship, mate. How did it feel out there?
A bit of fun, pretty much.
Mate, you're one of the rising stars now. You come home in P4, P1 and Super 2. How's that?
I'm pretty happy with that.
Oh, mate, if you weren't happy about that, I'd be gasped, mate. Absolutely gasped.
Sell the rig.
I'm gutted. I'm gutted, mate. I'm absolutely gutted. I was waiting for a phone call,
but you know.
Yeah.
I shouldn't have gone away for work this week. I flew out Tuesday morning, and I had to do all this work for the week. And I thought I'm going to give him a call. And then I forgot all about it. And then first thing I see on screen is, how's Chris doing? Let's see how he goes. And I went, he's got a new livery. But you know what, mate? You did really well, and they should be proud of you. You're a great new signing, so good on you.
No, it's good fun, I must admit. What else would you be doing on a Sunday night?
Yeah, that's it. I was going to say, mate, you obviously you're in this new team now, mate. How did it all come around being in the new team?
Well, pretty much from vet. So as you boys know, I've only been going for about 4 months or so, and didn't know anyone, didn't know anything, and the Pecky's Performance boys sort of, and the M1 boys and the Angry Bird boys, they all sort of got together and helped me out a lot, and sort of just giving me advice here and there on tracks and stuff, because obviously you can only watch so many YouTube videos.
Yeah,
this is true. The M1 boys are real good boys. I raced against them when we first started when I first started this league, when it was FRL, and great bunch of blokes. It's a shame they're not around here with us still, because they're so much fun to drive, and they know how to take the piss out of someone.
Absolutely, and that's pretty much the Pecky's boys, and all those boys they all love to take the piss out of each other, and it's a good bunch of boys. So yeah, they offer me a spot, and yeah, it's a good bunch of boys, and I don't have to sort of drive around talking to myself.
I was going to say, mate, it's a great signing. Obviously, it's one of those bigger teams, and mate, finishing P4, what's the next big thing for you and Pecky's?
Well, I wouldn't mind seeing my goals is to try and get up into split one in this, and then split one in another league that we race in. And then maybe even have a crack at East Coast or something. I sort of that's pretty much where it is.
Just the V8.
What's that?
Just the V8, not the cars.
funny story. I did start racing around in some GT3s, and I was playing around with the Mercs and the Ferraris, and then I jumped back into this bloody beast, and then I'd lose it and I'd fly off the track, and then I'd jump back in the GT3 and I'd do the same thing. So I watched YouTube. I watched a YouTube. They said, oh, you should just focus, especially focus on one car, and I thought, oh well, V8s are Australian, so I'll just focus on that.
Yep.
So.
Well, now you're a YouTube sensation on your own, mate.
Oh, I don't know about that.
Yeah. Are you competing in the Commerce 6 hour Bathurst?
Yes, yeah. I've one of the boys from Pecky. This is prior to me signing with them, but I asked him if he'd be keen just to run around with me in the V8s, and so yeah, myself and Scotty, Rattler, we'll be jumping in together and
nice
doing the 6 hour with you boys. So.
I was going to say, mate, you with that signing, and well done to you, by the way, mate. Yeah, what a great. I think you're definitely going into split one, mate. That's for sure. After seeing the result tonight with a good setup and a good car, I reckon you're on a roll, mate. And well, you might as well tell us all about your sponsors now, mate. Go for it.
Well, obviously the team's Quantum Pecky Performance Racing, but the sponsors are, and I've got this written down because I had no idea. Which is Quantum Tint Solutions, and Pecky's Performance, and Dino Tune. Also Timmy Nickel, he does all the deliveries for the team. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I think if I've missed one, I'm sorry.
Mate, well, mate, first time round, you've done really well.
Well, more importantly, it's and as importantly, I should say, is obviously the RC and DSL and all the sponsors for this league, because it's a ripper league and I love it. So.
Well, mate,
good,
next
mate.
season
I'll get you to endorse that.
I was going to say, mate, I reckon you're definitely in split one next season, mate. I should have signed with you, but, mate, what a ripping result tonight, mate. I hope everyone's watching this because, mate, I reckon you're the next up-and-comer and, mate, good luck to next season and well done, mate.
Mate, I'll look through that list of the people that were signing up and there's some quick boys in there.
Oh, so, yeah. There's a lot of
very
boys.
People.
Yeah,
they come out of the woodwork. So.
Yeah. It's some of the fastest guys in town.
Yeah,
absolutely. I just read through that list and I'm like, oh well, there goes split.
Well, the good thing is that you don't need to win it because there's for each class there's still 3 prizes that are going to be just drawn randomly on guys that are just participating for the day as well. It's a 6-hour stint, so you might still be in a position to win a 12-month subscription. So you might be worth your while. Who knows?
That'd be lovely. Or dinner with you, mate. That'd be awesome.
It's too late, man. That bridge is gone. It's all over. Shibby, our producer, says he'll come.
Look,
mate, I'm still looking for my dinner. So, mate, Chris Miller, well done, mate. P1 for tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Chris Miller, P1, well done.
Thanks, boys. Thanks for everything you do. Appreciate it.
No, all the best.
Thanks, mate. So, mate, that's P1 for Super 2. Now we'll go to, I think it's P3 for Super 1 for Hayden Norris. Hayden Norris, mate, P3, how's that?
Better than my shootout lap.
I did tell you just got to be consistent, stay clean, and you did that, mate. You did well.
I tried my best, mate. I just kept it consistent, and so it was a bit frustrating around here because there's not a lot of opportunities you can pass, and unless you get a really good run on the car in front, obviously they make a mistake. So I think I got one proper pass in the whole race. So, but yeah, other than that, it was just people going off, and I think jumped someone in the pits. Yeah, so no, it was a good night.
Yeah, I did notice that. Did you take it? Were you fuel saving in the first stint, and that's what it was? You took less fuel.
I was just going full send in the first stint.
Wow,
but I think sticking behind the right behind the car and right in front of me would have saved a little bit of fuel, I think. But
yeah.
I was saving big time in that second stint. I was lifting, clutch in, I was saving as much as I could, and I finished with 1.2 liters, so it was pretty close.
Oh, well done.
Coughing across
we noticed
line,
Yeah, exactly. We noticed you did pass someone in the pit. I can't remember who it was because my brain is like a sieve. But we saw it straight away. He's either saved a fair bit in the first stint, or like you said in the draft, and you've just naturally saved something that just didn't have to feel as much.
Yeah, 100%. Like, I'm not too sure. I think it might have been Chris, I think.
I think you're right.
Don't quote me on, I'm not 100% sure, but I think like the lap, after I did a lap or two after my stop, I noticed that I was in front of him. I'm pretty sure it was him. And
yeah, it was.
I
can't really complain. Spot on. It was Chris Miller. So you cost Chris Miller a third place podium as an amateur in the split one. But, you know, that's life, mate. That's racing. Well done. You did 100%. A really good race, man.
Cheers, mate. Really yeah, he had some pace up there at the start, and yeah, I said I'm not too sure if he made a mistake coming into the pits or whatnot, but yeah, as I said, in this pit lane, it's not the easiest one, and yeah, so who knows? But yeah, at least P4 for him, not too bad. He finished where he started, so can't complain about that.
100%, mate. There's no complaints at all. I think everyone did a stellar job. It was good to watch, great showing, and when you view it back, you'll love it.
Yeah, 100%. I'm definitely have to watch it back for sure.
Well, mate,
and who do you want to?
I was going to say, who would you like to thank, mate, with all your sponsors and all the people that make you get here, mate?
I'd like to thank Bliss Homes, Capital Custom Works, FU Suicide, and all the people behind the scenes in SRW and you guys in the comms booth. Cheers, boys.
Too easy, mate.
Cheers, mate.
Well done.
Good luck and have fun at the last round.
Will do, mate. Thanks, guys.
Well done, mate.
Sorry, Pixie, we've gone through all night without stumbling over each other, and we've got to the last 5 minutes, and I keep interrupting you.
So we'll move on to David Coleman. Dave, mate. P2.
Happy birthday, Dave.
How's P2, mate, feeling? You've got no fishies in the same group as you. I mean, Blake Delaney's 2 spots behind you, but you're the only fishy on the podium tonight.
Oh, I was, yeah.
Good for a change, mate.
It was just nice to actually get some points finally, because I had Shocker at Phillip Island, and I think Sandown, the strategy killed me, so
yeah,
my stupid mistakes. But yeah, it's just nice to get this one under the belt. I thought it was actually pretty hard to pass though. I was stuck behind Chris for bloody ages. He's doing a good job.
Super
nice
2
he
as
made
well,
a little
mate.
mistake. Yeah, well, I thought maybe he might give it to me because he is Super 2, but no, he didn't.
Mate, you showed him what you know. You showed him the roots and everything that comes with sim racing, mate. Because you gave him a good old crack, and it's good to see him up there, you know, doing so well. The new big gun basically coming through, and mate, how tough was it just versing him? You know, you're obviously going to throw some dives and go under him, but yeah.
Yeah, exactly. The problem is I tried to make a dive when we come here the first week, and that didn't really pay off. So I knew you had to try and keep it clean, and I said to him, Phillip Island, because Chris let us through without even fighting. And then I ran off the track, and the second time I said, don't just let us through, mate, like actually race. And he was thinking, might have let me say that. But he made a slight mistake, I think, at 2, and I managed to shove it down the inside at 3. So
yeah, we did see that on stream, mate, and
that's
yeah,
the highlight of the race, to be honest.
Mate,
yeah. No, there was a couple of guys 3 cars wide in one corner. I can't remember who it was. That was pretty spectacular, but it was good to see. Good to see the second stint. So, how much fuel saving were you actually doing?
I think numbers wise, I think a full quali lap's about like 2.4, 2.5. So and on a full pace lap here, it's about 2.45, 2.48. So I just worked out if I didn't hit limiter and lifted and coasted a little bit, I was doing 2.3 the whole race. So
nice.
It's
yeah,
not bad
and then
at all.
obviously the safety car, 3 laps, like you save enough, and it drains a bit of time. So I knew straight away once that safety car went 3 laps, it was definitely a single stopper.
Yeah, we were kind of talking about in the comm box. We were like, oh, I reckon there's another stop, and that's why we thought Matty Stewart was in contentions to get it, to be honest, and win it. But obviously, you guys knew best and stayed out and did well.
Yeah, it was nice to just have a clean race, to be honest, and no mistakes, and a little battle with a few of the guys. Yeah.
Well,
yeah,
mate,
it was quite the opposite from Jamie's race.
I think he had a stinker, but every pro driver comes unstuck every now and then. So.
I'm guessing.
He obviously needed that Shane Van Gisbergen secret sauce setup. That,
mate. Mate, what was the...
Coleman kicks the man while he's down.
Mate. Well, that's the only time I can kick him. Mate, I'll be the kind of bloke who kicks them when they're down. Already someone else done the hard work.
I was going to say, mate, what was kind of the talk with Dyke? Did he kind of go, oh, geez, Bruce is quick in these things?
He went quiet, and then that was the last we heard of him, so... the old
Not
secret
good.
F button. Nah, you're right. We love you, Dykey.
Well, mate,
tonight, maybe.
Oh, mate, I'm sure you're going to be hanging some crap on him for a very long time about this one, but mate, well done.
Mate, I think what I'll do is I'll dig a hole 6 foot in the ground. I'll bury that crap and I'll never bring it up again because I don't think you'll like it.
Mate, well done here. It's good to see you get a really good result, mate, and be the only fishy in the top 3. So it's all you tonight, mate. Obviously, Dylan Thomas and Ty Delaney doing really well in Super 2, but mate, only Super 1 in the top 3. Well done to you, mate.
Thanks, mate.
Who would you like to thank with all your sponsors, mate, and all your family?
Just thank all the team. We'll just thank the main sponsors, West End Motor Group, Infinity Designs, DC Shades. Yeah, mate, I'm kind of a bit knackered, to be honest. Every time this happens, I forget them all, but I've heard them all season, so I'll get a free ticket.
Do you want us to get Shivy to say them for you, mate? Because he probably knows them all by
look, mate. I think Bruce is waiting patiently. It's about 12:15 in New Zealand. I think let him have a bit of limelight.
He's done well to stay away. But well done for tonight, mate. And we'll move on to the next with Bruce. Well done, ladies and gentlemen. David Coleman. Ladies and gentlemen, David Coleman finishing up in P2. Now the big gun of the night, Bruce Tannick, mate. I don't know what was under that hood tonight, mate. I've seen you being very successful in NZ, but mate, I think you are more successful than I've ever seen you, mate. Well done for tonight.
Yeah, everything just seemed to fall into place, and I mean I guess the race was quite uneventful, to be fair. Just it's an incredibly tough place to pass. So the early safety car, I think a couple of people jumped in, but most of the field stayed out, which meant that it was just save the fuel and then get to the end. I think I only had to short shift a little bit, and there was still 3.5 litres left at the end. So nothing. I often get burnt on the strategy because I certainly don't save gas. I normally just put the hammer down as much as I can.
Yeah, we've noticed that, mate, and I've noticed that over the weeks and months that I've raced you, mate. And what was kind of going through your head when Dyke went in? Then you're like, oh crap, I'm out. So like, you know,
well, I knew if the safety car stayed out for 3 laps, I knew I was good because it worked out how much fuel I needed to save, and I went from, I think, what was it, 2.38 or 2.4 on a race lap, and under the safety car I got it down to 0.4 litres for the whole lap, so that was enough to do it.
Yeah, wow, man. Yeah, we heard you kind of coughing at the end, but mate, you got home, and obviously you and Shane Van Gisbergen must be pretty close mates, and to get one of his setups must be pretty magical.
I think he spent a bit more time recently because he's got a bit back into Scops, and he does our Tuesday nights occasionally when he's got time in the New Zealand thing. Yeah. But I've known him for about 10 years or so. Did some drifting together and so on. So he's generous enough to give me a hand.
Oh, nice, man. Yeah, let me know when he's generous enough not to hit me off the track for once. And he's going to kill me for that one.
Pixie, you're a young man. Don't apologise, mate. There's more important things in life, like getting a date. You know,
mate.
Bruce, I knew you were due for a good run, mate, and you've had a few offs and some episodes in the last few weeks, but that was a good clean run tonight, and you did really well.
Yeah, I mean that just script writes itself when you're at the front, doesn't it? So if you're mid-pack and you're racing and you make little mistakes and get a bit adventurous and so on, but I don't think I'd be happy if I finished a night and didn't try. If I just I'll just sit there, I'll just take a 7th. That's awesome. It's like, nah, that's not me. So I'd rather end up on the trailer than go for gold. I mean, like I said, we're not racing.
Yeah, I've definitely noticed that over the months.
I'm not expecting a check in the mail tomorrow or anything for a good performance, so it's not like a big deal when you. Yeah, I mean, it is like consistently. If you can keep it up, in Winton, like I said, it's all about quality position, or if you can jump someone in the pits or whatever. Because let's be honest, like you have to be a lot faster to pass someone.
You've got to be at least 3 tenths.
Big time.
You've got to be at least 3 tenths quicker than the person in front of you just to get that good a run. But mate, first time on the position, the pole, and getting pole and then winning it, and your first win and your first podium, mate, who would you love to thank? Whoever, mate, sponsors, all the cars all the sponsors on your car in your real life, your family, whoever, mate, go for it.
Yeah, quite. Actually, my mum's birthday today. She passed away 3 years ago today. So,
oh no.
Sorry, celebrating her birthday. She didn't die on her birthday. That's a bit silly to say. But yeah, no, I was just had a quiet afternoon and just chilled out. I wasn't actually going to race tonight. Then I thought, oh no, there's nothing on telly, and not to sit and have a crack, because Winton it's not a favourite, but it's just a track that you can, it's quite technical and everything else like that. But my main sponsor for my car in real life is my own business, Mag & Turbo, and then Work Wheels is a Japanese premium mag wheel brand, and Achilles Tyres. So they just, my business, it's not like sim racing, it's an expensive sport or anything. I bought the rig just after lockdown, like a whole bunch of other people, and got into it, and found that it's saves a lot of money. You take your real car out for a spin and it costs you $2 or $3 grand a day. You take this thing out for a spin, costs you absolutely nothing. Maybe a
correct
can of Coke and a couple of biscuits.
I've heard a few stories, mate, a few whispers around the old community, and apparently you've actually sent it into the first corner at Pukekohe, apparently.
Oh yeah, we have. Well, Pukekohe's now, there'll be no more drift events there anymore. But over the years, we obviously go stupidly. It's one of the fastest drift corners in the world. It's about minimum of about 170, and the absolute mad bastards go about 205, 210. So, but
guessing you're one of those mad pricks.
Nice.
Oh no, fastest I've ever got was about 190, and that's enough to make you rethink your underpants a couple of times. So, but like the modern drift car is quite a fast. Like I got about 30% more horsepower than a real supercar, and it's lighter by 300 kilos. So they certainly get up and boogie, and it's a bit. If you make a mistake, so my car's in the shed at the moment. We're getting it ready for the next season, so I spend a bit more time doing that. But sim racing is an awesome interlude because it's cheap. Well, the initial investment, you always go down that rabbit hole of having the new wheel and the add-on bits in here and the other little flashy bit, and I might need this, and now the new graphics cards have come out. So it's honestly it's nothing in comparison. Like I said, I can go to the track one day and spend $3 grand on tyres. So this is cheap. This is cheap by comparison.
Well, mate, I was going to say a quick question before Steve asked you a question, but are you doing next season of NZ with their GT3s and NZ V8s next season, mate? Out of my own curiosity.
Yeah, because it's Tuesday night. It doesn't. Oh no, they might be moving it to a Tuesday or Wednesday, but it doesn't clash with this. So Sunday night for me is easy. It gets a little bit late, but I haven't made the podium, so I haven't had to stay around. I can normally go to bed. But no, I agree with you guys. The format's really cool, and I will say the race control's very much a no further action, so you don't get penalised too much unless you make a real cock up. And it's getting really competitive too, so it's good. And you've seen the guys getting quicker and quicker. I'm really enjoying it, and I'm not sure. I haven't actually looked and seen what your schedule of tracks for is next time. I think this was the Aussie theme, wasn't it? So next time will be America or Europe or somewhere different.
Well, next season's going to be the Ashes. So it's going to be Aussie tracks against English tracks.
Oh, nice, cool. So Donington's
so it's good.
Oh, awesome.
So we'll mix it up. We'll pick the some. We'll try not to get as crazy as we did this season, because that was hardcore, because everyone wanted it and we just did it. But I've got a question for you. We're doing the racing review show, which is going to go on YouTube, and it's also going to be on live TV in Australia, in Victoria and South Australia. We're going to be interviewing drivers, team owners, so at some point I'll be reaching out to you, and maybe for more of a realistic timeline during the day New Zealand time, and interview as behalf of SAW TV. So when you're ready, and you're free, I'll let you know.
Yeah, no problems, mate. Yeah, I'm really enjoying Friday nights for GTs. I'm learning that they're a little bit like, just to drive them is a little bit different than the supercar, obviously, because they're a bit more forgiving. But to get that last little bit out of them, like watching a couple of the fast guys, you just like, how the hell do they go faster in the 48th lap than they did in quali? You know, you just whether they were sandbagging a little bit. But I have some real cool practice in quali, and then just getting hold of the race tunes. I've been really struggling with it, just using some VRS tunes, and I normally choose the safe option, thinking that it's going to be good. But I've been struggling with that a little bit.
You might have to get onto your mate SVG to give you some good GT setups.
Yeah, send it over, Bruce, when you're ready, mate.
I think it's just understanding the car. Like I've just trusted the VRS. You know, you kind of figured that was the way to go. But when you get into doing a couple of the scops, pre-quals and stuff like that, you realise that and you look at the data and you're like, how can they be that much faster? And you just go, well, obviously the car's handling that much better or whatever. So there's definitely, obviously VRS is an awesome tool for judging yourself against what Madison can do, obviously, because he's one of the best. So, and you can figure out, and that's the thing, if you actually spend the time, but as you see, you can get that almost like that little bit of burnout when you spend too much time chasing it, and then you kind of sometimes lose a little bit of interest, because we're all very impatient these days. We want results straight away.
Yeah, that's
this is true. This is very true. Very true,
mate.
Well, Bruce,
mate,
we'll let you go.
I was going to say, mate,
for everything. You know it's late at night now because we're both stumbling over each other at the end of the show. Connor, I'm going to shut up and you just lead out.
I was going to say, thanks for all the races you've done with me, Bruce, and it's been good fun, mate. And I'll see you next season in something. But mate, well done in P1, ladies and gentlemen. Bruce Tannock, well done, mate.
Thank you, boys. We'll see you about that.
Oh! So, Bruce Tannock, ladies and gentlemen, well done to him. And I guess we better wrap it up and go for it, Steve.
Wrap it up, and don't forget, this was the penultimate round. And get in there and have a look at the ladder, and when they come out, it's going to be a hell of a week next week at Bathurst. And then we've got the GT3 V8 Cummins 6-hour endurance at Bathurst as well. So keep your eyes out for that. Register if you can. There's some awesome prizes. And thank you to all our followers that are out there at the moment. There's still 13 watching, and thank you very much. We appreciate your love. And to all our sponsors, Racecraft for the Top 10 Shootout, DSL Welding as our naming rights sponsor across all our series, our hosting sponsor and round sponsor Dragon RC, and our stream sponsors Warren and Brown Tools, Fast Track Experience, Toyota Sims and Melville Equipment. Thank you all, and have a good night. Connor, Pixie, Nathan in the background, Robert Hayter, our new producer in the background, just sitting there nicely like a junior and absorbing it all in. Welcome to the team, and thank you from me.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, thanks to Steve and all the boys in the background. I've been Connor. Thanks for watching, everyone, and we'll see you next time. Bye.